The spotlight hits the makeup on your face. A pain, it's meant to hide the empty space. You spin a yarn for every soul inside, while shadows crawl beneath your velvet light. The camera lens is blind to what you saw, but roots run deep where bitter gardens grow. A fable crafted from a hollow vein. You trade your secrets for a drink.
Serious, you know. So I like to come on and do a little fun stream once in a while just to kind of give our minds a break. Especially mine, because yesterday I got a little unhinged about Rosie because she's such a diabolical bitch. Okay. I think we all know why. Sorry about my attire for this live stream. I'm really hot. My room that I do my stuff in doesn't have air that really like comes in good. So it's real warm in here. So I've got my tank top on, but I normally, I don't like to show a whole ton of cleavage and all the things, not trying to be showing off the goods. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's get to it. We're gonna watch Locale Bus Tattoo Fallout by the Gulags. I really, really like Ren's videos. That's her name. That is the background voice, if you will. And she's the Gulags. So check her out. She's really nice. Does really great content. She's a smaller YouTuber like me, but she's actually got 6.76 thousand subscribers now, which is awesome. Because I remember when I first started watching her, she didn't have but maybe 2,000, and now she's up to 6. So good for you, Gulags. Good for you. Happy for ya, bitch.
Yeah, what a fucking stressful weekend it's been. All right, there's been a lot of drama going on. I may have put my life in its own little fucking danger now, so I am dealing with that currently. I'm sure a decent portion of the audience knows I went and got a tattoo on Saturday. I should have done some more fucking research because apparently Vatos Locos is gang affiliated.
What? What?
All right, it looks like the fallout from the Locale Bus tattoo stream is still continuing. And yes, Tech Protect did get a gang-related tattoo. And according to him, he had absolutely no idea. He thought it was just something they said in Blood In and Blood Out, even though in my previous upload, which is the July 4th deleted stream, that probably, in all honesty, will not be put back up. He said he had never seen the movie before, but this is Tech Deflect, so are we really surprised? And if this all of a sudden gets turned into a let's remove tattoo on Locale Bus member goal, then it's officially a wrap, and Tech and Foxy Mama are the biggest scammers in LCU history. But before we get into the coping on Locale Bus, let's get into Locale Live. Tech Protect was a host last night on Locale Live because Tommy C and Turbo have been suspended because Turbo said the hard R on Tommy C's stream.
That is not okay.
Tommy C got suspended because I don't know, like they were claiming that he called Turbo a PDF file, which I mean, I think he probably could have used a better analogy, but he was making it a point to say, I'm not calling him this. But Turbo still went on the stream and decided to drop the hard R to, you know, get the stream taken down, which it has. But the clip lives forever, especially on Twitter. But that's not what this upload is about. This upload is about Tech finding out in real time that yes, indeed, his tattoo is gang related.
And I might have a mark on my fucking head now. I might be.
There's no fucking way. You know, if you get like a gang tat and you're not in a gang and they see you or someone, that's dangerous. You need to get that covered up, man. That is.
I thought he did that on purpose to look like a gang tattoo because that's what they all look like around here. The Mexican boys running around. You know, the fucking the Bible Belt has had a drug problem for a long time, and they like. They all have that specific style of tattoo on their chest. So I thought you did it on purpose. To look
no,
cool.
I didn't do it on purpose. It was just like a funny joke. It's like
it's sweet.
Oh, the song that we play on Crypt back in the day. Like,
you should have just got a bag of dicks.
Or has she always
got a bag of dicks? 555. I love dicks in my house. Whatever it is, you should have just got that because, like, I mean, Vato's logo is 555 is something that I feel like you're comfortable with and you're happy with, right? Because you love that song. You love that song. 555 is just a number. It's an angel number at that. Okay.
I was supposed to retire. I was supposed to retire the fucking song. I was supposed to look. Here's the thing. Vatos Locos is the Crypt song, and 555 is
1 second.
Clarification. He's talking about Local Crypt, not the Crips. All right.
Oh
I think we all know that, but by chance you don't. Now you do. Also, it's so good to see Sweet Tea again.
It's Iceman's fucking little fucking standard little phrase, right? He says 5 inches, 5 pumps, 5 seconds. That's what it stands for.
What's that have to do with the locos part though?
Nothing. I didn't get to choose the fucking tattoo. I didn't get to choose this shit.
Oh my god.
Foxy got to choose my tattoo, and she's like, "Yeah, be funny." Yes.
A gang tattoo for you.
Yes, Foxy put a fucking hit on my head, making me look gang affiliated with this fucking tattoo.
I wouldn't go walk around with that.
Let me look this up. This is a real gang.
The only issue that I really could see happening is if Tech ever was to get arrested, like they're gonna document that tattoo as gang related, no doubt. And yeah, I would probably be a little afraid to take my shirt off at the beach.
Griffin, how are you today?
I keep thinking of, and I know this is just.
How are you today, Martha? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying cool in this hot weather because it's pretty much everywhere. There's nowhere really you can go right now that's not hot, I don't think, unless you're going to go to Antarctica or something, or you live there or whatever. But I'm glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. What was he going to say? I was going to say something, son of a bitch. Anyways. Oh. Tiny Blue Anthropologist is going live in 30 minutes. Are you freaking joking me? Bitch. Anyways. And I just mean because I love her and I want to watch her live. That's all.
Like an imaginary TV show, so it's not real. But I remember I watched episodes of Sons of Anarchy where like someone had a gang tattoo that wasn't associated with the gang. And
what's going on, Sizzle Frizzle Bizzle? How are you today? Are you enjoying the warm weather? I live in Wisconsin, so it's not too bad right now today. But I know the past few days have been brutal. So I hope everybody's staying safe. I pray for everybody. You know, I've got to remember in the description of this live stream and all my videos will be the link if anybody wants to help out those in Venezuela or anywhere else, but Venezuela is who I have the link for right now for all of the things that they're going through with the 2 major earthquakes and all the flooding and everything, and families are still picking up rubble looking for their family members, and it's just awful to see. And I just want to make sure that I do put the description or put the link in the description so anybody looking to make a donation can do so from there. And I've also made one myself a couple of times, which I'm I'm just so worried about everybody all over. I swear to God, my empathy is just raging for others out there right now in this heat. So, I mean, Wisconsin too is not even a place that gets usually really, really hot like that. And we're experiencing it all over the US is experiencing it. So I pray for you all. Tell me your stories in the comments if you'd like to let us know what's going on in your area. How hot is it? How are you dealing with it? How are your family members and your pets dealing with it?
Anymore, and they burned it off of him. Yeah, I don't
Hi,
think that's
Lady
gonna happen to Tech,
Wiza.
but
How are you today, my friend? I know I was about almost 10 minutes late. I'm so sorry, honey. But so glad you're here. I hope you are having a great day. Say hello to your little shit poo. Give him or her a kiss for me. I haven't asked you what sex your pup is.
it's kind of funny to think about, honestly.
Please don't name your
Especially
poop.
if the rumors are true and you did know what you were doing, Tech, and this was all just a scam.
You're talking about a real gang? Hold on.
People were
I've seen
spamming
that
it
exact
in
one.
no shot. You saw the.
I
fuck
swear to
me.
God, I've seen that exact tattoo before. That's why I thought you were doing it to
Alright.
look cool.
I was streaming.
To look
I was streaming on
cool.
Wild, and people were donating
What?
money, saying, "Tech, look it up. This is a gang tattoo. You fucked up." And
Oh
sure
my
enough,
God.
we looked it
I
up.
found two
You're in
things here.
California.
Hold up. Wait.
It's
You
only
should be worried, bro.
Hey.
This right here.
is motherfucking fat.
How did you not know this, Tech? I grew up in Mission Bay, San Diego. It was the inspiration for the song.
By the way, Trippy Savage,
Oh.
he's the one who made the song. He is the guy.
Here in San Diego, it gets super hot around August and September, but it's okay now. Sorry for those who are cooking. Yeah, I know, right? So San Diego, yeah, like you said, that's got to be hard to deal with in those months, especially. But man, I would love still to be able to visit San Diego. One day I want to have an RV and visit all over the US. And I've always wanted to go to San Diego. I've always wanted to go to LA. All kinds. I've always just wanted to, even like areas that are unheard of, just go roam around and experience life, and I've never been able to travel much. So, I mean, I would really love the chance to go. 114 degrees. What are you doing? 114 degrees in Arizona. You need to move, Lady Wiza. You poor lady. I'm so glad that you are inside. I know you've got some air conditioning, I hope, I pray. And you are enjoying it inside. I'm sure the poor pup doesn't like the heat too much, unless, they might be used to it though, too, like I know that my animals have a hard time though in adjusting from like going from the air conditioning to the outside heat. My dog gets pretty freaking tired pretty fast, but he's also a chubby beagle basset hound. So you visit the Palm Springs for fun and it's like 110. Oh yeah, if it's only hot there a short time, that's awesome. But as far as like visiting Arizona, I don't know what to do because it's so hot. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. I'll just be a crabby asshole the whole time. That's what I feel like. I get crabby when I'm hot. You know what I mean? But yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you're staying nice and cool. That's awesome. I pray that everyone is. Sorry about my wheezing, man. Oh, I need my inhaler. It's in the other room.
You made Vatos
Thank you,
Locos.
Trippy. Well, let me tell you.
Seen people running
You would
around
have
with
to
those
go to the
tattoos,
river.
like in gangs in California?
That would be so much fun. I love going fishing. Do they let you fish in the river? Oh, because I stay because winters are amazing. Oh, are they? Oh, you know what? My dad used to stay in Flagstaff, and he was telling me that the weather never really got too bad there, except once in a while, maybe. But I would love to go traveling in my RV with just my pets and my fiance if he's good, if he's being have, you know. Otherwise, you can stay home. I'll go do the traveling. But anyways, I'm gonna take the dog, and I want to go to like different spots where we can go fishing and all that kind of stuff. I think that would be so much fun and so relaxing too. I'm praying that my retirement age, I'm not still stuck working or anything like that. I pray for that, but fingers crossed that we can just get an RV and do what we want when we're retired, but we'll see.
100,000. Are you seeing this? The gang had 100,000 members around the United States. In California, which isn't that what you are?
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
Okay, well then be scared, buddy, because you gotta get that shit covered up.
Sizzle, I am coming. We will meet you and we will go fishing. And I don't care if I have an RV or not. I can come visit San Diego without one. We can go fishing on the boat. That sounds great. Oh, you have a boat? How cool is that? I bet you totally enjoy going out on the water with your boat. That would be so amazing. I would love that.
That is insane. And there's something here about Canada immigration. Like, this is real shit, bro. The Vatos Locos gang, including its organized structure, areas of influence and activity. They're trying to keep them out of Canada.
What?
Yeah, I think you should be worried. I really do.
When I got it, look, I never thought for the fucking months that I played this song on the LCU, I was like, oh, it's like a silly reference to Blood In, Blood Out. No, it's an actual fucking gang. I'm now false flagging it up.
Hey,
Locos.
wow. Tech. Didn't the tattoo artist say anything to you about it? Like, I feel like, because my fiance does tattoos, and people ask for something, and you always say, hey, look, do you know that? Because I have, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I have a tattoo here on my wrist. It's probably upside down. I don't know if you can see it even. Damn it. I'll show you in a minute. But that right there in my area of Wisconsin is like a group of they call them horrorcore rappers like ICP, but they're not. They're more underground people or whatever. Well, I got this tattoo in reference to the music, right? Well, apparently the police consider those group of rappers and stuff like that to be a gang here. And this is Wisconsin, mind you. So this isn't big city nonsense. This is country cops affiliating this group of music people as a gang, right? So I went to jail. It wasn't a big deal. It was because I forgot about a check I wrote for my boyfriend's podiatrist. And it bounced because I didn't have enough money. Anyways, I had to go sit for a night. And they freaking had the gang unit come and talk to me about this stupid tattoo that is just about music. It was so silly to me. But it wasn't like any serious gang of, false flanging or anything like that. But they do take it very seriously. I went to school for criminology, and they can't take even the stuff that they don't think is real or don't think that someone's actually doing. They got to take it seriously because you never fucking know, right? And it's just crazy to think of Tech being thought of as a fucking gang member. I don't know. It's just funny.
Green screen.
Oh, yeah. That's Kalo sent me that to put up. Oh, where's my fucking OBS? Kalo sent that to me.
You're enjoying this. You want to get bummed.
No.
You want to get bummed by Mexican gang members. You want to get bummed.
I was wondering, like, bro, you've got Vatos Locos sitting behind you on the damn. What the hell?
You're right, sweet tea. Tech does want that street cred, but let's get into local.
Sizzle, don't ever feel bad. You don't need to shut up. You can talk, babble, whatever. My comments are for everyone. For everyone to chit-chatty it up, okay? Whatever you got to say. Ooh, yes, yes. I don't live far from Michigan. So yeah, you ever want to come here? I'll go there, see you, and we'll go on the boat. You come here, see me, and we'll go to Michigan and go fishing. Deal? Okay. Oh, definitely, Lady Wiser. You know then. You know about the Great Lakes and the fishing, right? Yes. Sounds like a deal to me.
Us to continue this conversation now featuring Foxy and Wonder Woman in place of Josh and Sweet Tea.
Saturday was something.
It's really
It was
hot out.
definitely something.
Yeah, if I just don't wear makeup today on my live. I just don't feel like putting it on. It's hot. I feel so bad when I get on here and I don't have my makeup on, like I'm disrespecting my audience by not coming looking appropriate. And I got my tank top on today, no makeup. I look like I just crawled out of the damn bed. I hope that's okay with y'all and you don't mind sitting with me while I'm scrubby. I hope you don't mind. And I'm just the heat, like it just melts it all off my face anyways. You know what I mean?
Should talk
Thank
about that
you,
something
Sizzle.
because
That
you
means a
have
lot.
a lot of
Thank you.
fucking drama associated with Saturday. Me, I was fine, right?
You are-
Yeah, I see in the chat, Poop guy saying, "How did Jaffe react?"
Oh.
I got home. Jaffe's playing video games because, of course,
What
he's
kind
a
of little
fucking
kitten
gamer.
is your
Or
profile
gamer.
picture?
Sorry, Turbo
Oh,
just got fired.
cute.
I'll say gamer. He's a gamer. So I called Jaffe out to the living room and I recorded his reaction, but it was nothing.
You got
He
Lady
turns the
Wise,
corner.
she's
He
beautiful.
looks at me because I'm flashing my titties essentially. I'm like, look at this. And he goes, and just walks the fuck away. Not a single word. He just walks the fuck out of there. Sarah did not like it at first.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I
I
bet.
bet she didn't.
Sarah was like, "Yeah, that's permanent, right?" And I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah."
you're
And she goes,
beautiful.
Yeah.
"Why?"
That's
And she's
doing
like,
your
"You know, you could have
profile
faked that.
picture,
You
honey.
could-
You're
you could have just
beautiful."
faked it." I was like, "No, I'm not
No,
gonna
you couldn't
fake
have.
this." And she was like, "Why would you do that to yourself?" And I was like, "For the fans. It's for the fans."
With
And
the fans.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Shut
for
up.
the fans because they're the ones that paid the money for him to dance, and that boy danced all the way onto the FBI's most wanted list.
And you've been getting a lot of shit about it. People saying like, "Oh, it wasn't bad enough. This is something that you've always wanted. Foxy didn't actually fucking pick this shit." You guys realize, right, that he has not only like the Vatos Locos, right, is an actual fucking gang.
Then why would you pick
Right.
that, Foxy?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
number one. And then two, he has 555 for fucking Iceman, the sex pest of the LCU.
So not only are you admitting to
He's
picking
not a
out a
pest. He's a
gang-related
fucking
tattoo
predator.
for him, but you
Okay, stop calling that man a sex pest. That's predatorial activity, what he did. So
also are picking items that would make him look like a sex pest as well. Yeah, Foxy, and you wonder why people don't like you.
How is that not bad enough?
I mean,
Yeah.
what would be, because people are saying like, "Oh, it's scammed," because obviously that's a tattoo that I wanted. What would have been the other tattoo? Like, what are the other options that we had? Because consider that we're coworkers, right? I get why you chose something that's like it's related to me, but it's also not related to me, and it's massive. Because if you gave me a
It's
shit
not a little
tattoo,
one.
just imagine how shitty your time in the LCU would be, right? On Queens, you're gonna get nothing but punishments and abuse and hate every fucking day you're there. Let's what would be the worst tattoo if it wasn't this? What's worse than the Vatos Locos?
Probably Jaffe's portrait on your forearm.
Okay, how would I treat you then? How would our dynamic be?
I don't know. I think you'd be pretty happy about
I
it.
would have bullied you the fuck out of the LCU, bitch. I would have bullied you
After
on
you
Queens.
jerked off a couple times.
I would have bullied you on bus. I would have bullied you every single fucking day of the week.
I can't wait till these two finally go at each other because it is coming. It is coming. I can see it clear.
Oh, they
as
don't
day.
like each other.
All right. This is not awful, but it is something I'm not happy with. Right? If I wanted to get a tattoo, I would have gotten my own tattoo. I would have went and got my own tattoo on my free time.
With regards to the tattoo, okay, Foxy Mama, okay. What people look, your mama did a whole rant, okay, on Locale Pit after Bus went live, okay, and he believed that the whole thing was a scam. He reckoned that
The tattoo had already been chosen before it even went ahead.
Why would he
wasn't just
choose
saying
that?
He actually showed proof as to why he thought that as well, but we seem to be glossing over that fact.
It had never been chosen. I can assure you all of that. It had never been chosen. Now, you can see on the show when suggestions were coming forward, someone suggested 555 and an ice cube. Someone suggested that. Tech Protect has 555 on his chest. It was a suggestion from somebody in the chat.
Yeah,
I
so
can
it's
assure
about those
you.
locos.
The tattoo was supposed to be funny, and it's not. And this doesn't even have to do with anything about the whole gang stuff. Like, whatever. That's nothing to do with this conversation right now. The problem is the chat paid for a funny tattoo. Tech didn't get a funny tattoo. Nothing about that tattoo has anything to do with the LCU.
Vatos
Exactly.
Locos was suggested as well.
Exactly. So, and also, look at the size of the tattoo. The size had never been picked.
Yes,
it could have been.
of course.
The tattoo could have been.
How long did it take? Have a wonderful day at work and everything, honey. I'm glad you stopped it. I really am. And of course, I would love it and appreciate it so much if you would mod it. And I'm so sorry I missed your message or your comment even. I don't know why it would have gotten deleted. Sometimes YouTube is so fucking weird. Like my friend Jojo, she cannot comment on some of my videos. For some reason, YouTube won't allow it and will just not allow her comment on my YouTube videos. But then there's some that she can. It's so fucking weird. I think YouTube honestly like filters some things out that are just silly. You know? Did I do it? Did I make you one? Oh, yep, there you go. Yes. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yes. I would I want to write that down. Let me see here. Miss Sizzle 74. Okay. Now, thank you, honey. I appreciate that more than you know because I always really get down on myself that nobody likes my channel. I don't know why. It's just my own insecurities, you know? So it's always really, really nice and appreciated to hear compliments about it because I do put a lot of effort into it and I really appreciate that a lot. So thank you, Sizzle, for coming in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And we're coming to go fishing. I might need to get a Airbnb, stay a couple days. Okay. But thank you, honey. And so, Lady Wiza, we're going to continue to watch this. I might up the speed a little bit because I didn't know it was going to be so boring. I was just finding something silly to put on, but we can definitely find something else if that's the vibe. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, my throat. Oh. Oh yeah, I like to watch these guys. You want to check one of these out? They're funny. But they talk about conspiracies and stuff like that. They're kind of fun. And if you have any suggestions, Lady Wiser, by all means, put it in the chat. We'll check it out.
It's showtime.
This channel actually does something really cool. Like I've been trying to work on coming up with ideas for some kind of merch, you know, and this channel does something really cool where they give away merch, like their t-shirts and stuff, if you subscribe and comment on the video. And then after the video is over, they take the comments and run it through the comment. What is it? It's like an anonymous comment picker. And I thought of doing that with my merch. So to make sure that the people are subscribed, that they like the video and leave me a comment in the video, and then I'll do the random comment thing and pick a winner. I think that would be so cool. So I think I might do that for people. I'm not really sure what kind of merch to put out because I was going to do Gypsy Rose shirts, you know, like obviously against Gypsy Rose shirts. And my friend was like, I don't think you can make a shirt without her consent or something. I don't know how that works. I'll have to figure that out myself. No, Mew Mew, no more window open, okay? It's too hot. You want the blinds up so you can see? Hang on. We gotta get it. Here you go. That better? I know you like the window open. Oh, just for a minute, all right? There you go. Just for a minute. Sorry, my cat wanted to be in the window.
You are being extradited from Spain, an ally in Western Europe, a NATO country, to the United States by the U.S. Justice Department to face life in prison, 109 years, for tax evasion. You're not a U.S. citizen. The period that you're being charged with evading American taxes, you are not a U.S. citizen. My first thought is, maybe it's not really about the taxes. Maybe there's something more to this story.
More than a decade after I had already renounced my U.S. citizenship, and just a couple of weeks after I published a book on the hijacking of Bitcoin, how it no longer works as peer-to-peer cash to the world, it's suddenly right after my book gets published, it exposes how people claiming to work.
Oh, I haven't seen you in so long. Hi, Maine. How are you, girl? Are you staying cool? I hope so. Do a cartoon picture of Gypsy Rose. Oh, and say hello to Lady Wiza in the chat. She became a mod yesterday. She's amazing. Main chick, Lady Wiser, is also a mod, and main chick is my beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful. I love her. Obviously, that's why. Oh, I forgot I made that silly picture. Oh. Dink was very special to me. Oh, what happened? Oh, stop. But anyways, you should do a cartoon picture of Gypsy Rose and call it something different, like Gypsum Poser. That's a great idea. Or like make her look like a possum, and we could call it Gypsum, something like that. That's a good idea, though. Yes, that actually works out because my fiance, I draw too, but I draw like really realistically. I go into like heavy detail in my drawings and stuff, whereas Chris draws more like comic style and like cartoon type stuff. So I might see if he would mind doing that for me. I got him like a digital drawing pad thing for Father's Day, and I thought, you know, he could draw pictures on there and then send them to me, and then I could definitely have them put on the merch. That is such a good idea. Thank you so much. I love that. I love it. Main chick, we're watching these silly guys I watch about conspiracies. I forgot, they're called like Ted's Terror Tales or something like that, but it's just goofy fun talking about silly conspiracies, I guess, because I'm taking a little bit of a break from the girls for a minute. Like Quirky Love Rose was making me so mad yesterday. I was yelling. And then Gypsy Rose, I wish I had it. You know, I can't even get words out to express how I'm feeling. Like my brain is doing it. It's like freaking, I can't even think. Words are hard, I guess, today. Short circuiting. That's what I'm trying to think of. My brain is short circuiting. Oh, Dank passed away. I'm so sorry, honey. Oh. Oh gosh, I didn't realize I could hear myself still on my phone. Oops. Sorry for your loss, honey. I really am. Oh, that's sad.
intelligence
hopefully we
agencies
can keep you
hijacked
some company and put a little bit of a smile on your face today, Maine. You deserve it.
Bitcoin to do that. Suddenly I get arrested and tossed in jail in Spain and trying to be extradited to face more than 100 years in prison. So effectively to die in prison is what they want. As the founder of Bitcoin.com, co-founder of XRP and Blockchain.com and a bunch of other companies, I literally defeated the entire first generation of cryptocurrency companies. And so they're furious at me for trying to have something that can compete with the US dollar as the world's medium of exchange and currency.
This is fucked up.
Yeah, bro. The dollar and the pound are fucked.
So earlier today, I was reporting outside these prison walls when all of a sudden I heard my name, and I couldn't tell if they were, catcalling me or heckling me or even saying my name whatsoever. And so I started reporting on Luigi Mangione's prison conditions as I was finding them out. And as soon as the live shot was over, that's when I turned around and they said, the conditions suck. And so that was my confirmation. Oh my gosh, they're watching News Nation at that very moment. Look over my left shoulder up at the top of this prison wall, see through a window and see that your face is right there. They're watching Banfield at this exact moment as they promised they would.
Can I ask you a favor? Can I just ask the guys if they can hear me right now to answer yes or no very loud? Does Luigi have television in his single cell? Obviously, we had a little bit of a delay that they're getting. Yeah, they're getting the questions and they're giving us the answers. They does not have. Wow, this is quite something. This is the strangest interview I've ever conducted.
We got to do a full episode on Luigi, bro.
Let us know in the comments what subjects you guys want to see us do next.
How does Luigi Mangione travel 3.5 miles in 6 minutes? Patriots check in. This is Secret Service Sam. It's a global sensation. Many of my internet sleuths have pointed out, a lot of people who live actually in Manhattan, that the e-bike that Luigi Mangione, the American hero, the claims adjuster, the one, some people are calling him Neo, he might allegedly let us all know we're in a simulation, apparently. He's trying to unplug us, all right? And it's working. And CEOs and the elites of the world are getting scared. But 3.5 miles in 6 minutes on a bicycle, is he some type of Olympian? And how's he doing that with his back injury? We've seen all the screws in his back, like riding a bike. Do you know how painful that would be? And how would he ride it that fast is the question. So there's a lot of inconsistencies. People still believe, allegedly, that he will get off because they have nothing on him. The pune that they found on him wasn't even, they found it at his house. It was not on him. There's other alleged news swirling. Now remember, this is all alleged. I'm a comedian just making jokes, TikTok, before you try to take this down. But Patriots, what do you think of this? Is it possible for him to make that bike ride like they said he did?
You'd have to ride at 35 miles an hour, bro.
You wouldn't have a clear run riding through a city. You'd have to stop and start. So you'd have to ride faster than 35 miles an hour just to cover that distance.
Look at Jesse Waters' outrage because one CEO got Luigi'd. One CEO. Where was the outrage when we had 81 school shootings in 2024? Where is Sean Hannity's frustration at the 2,566 kids unalived by guns in 2023? Where is Laura Ingram's exasperation at the 18,874 firearm-related homicides in 2023? And finally, where's the anger from the media at the 68,000 number of Americans who are unalived each year due to a lack of health care? I hope you'll remember this simple example when you see the talking heads in our mass media telling us how we should be upset because one man was a victim of gun violence in the streets of America. I want you to remember when they tell you how outraged you should be because another person reached his breaking point because our system broke him. So when the media asks me to be outraged by one man's anger and desperation and active violence, I'm afraid all I have to offer is thoughts and prayers.
There's definitely something off about this case.
There's a shitload of theories going around, bro.
It's early in the morning in Staffordshire, and undercover officers are responding to intelligence that snacks containing prohibited ingredients are sold here.
That's trading standards.
They're carrying out Operation Taste.
I'm sorry to interrupt the video. I'm just going to step off my chair for a minute and go get medicine for my headache. I'll be right back.
Today we're here to look what food there is on sale, remove it from the shelves and basically take it away and destroy it.
Now, this is a really small shop, but already loads has been seized. We've got American candy, American crisps, and these fizzy drinks that contain EDTA, which is an ingredient that can cause cancer. These snacks have UK alternatives that are compliant, so officers have to go through each shelf methodically, looking to make sure food labels are in English and checking for unauthorized ingredients like yellow sticks, mineral oil, and tartrazine.
I genuinely feel sorry for sort of small businesses like this because they are buying from some of the wholesalers. We need to tackle this at the import.
And are you surprised at the amount you've managed to get today?
No, it doesn't surprise me. I think if you go into any high street, typical of this, you're likely to find this type of product.
During Operation Taste, hundreds of shops across the county were searched and thousands of products seized. The popularity of this type of food has risen in recent years, in part due to social media.
People are seeing these things, they're seeing them on screen. They want to be part of that story. Unfortunately, what we don't realise is necessarily the consequences it may have on our health.
Stephanie says we all have to be vigilant and check the labels and make sure the snacks we're eating don't leave a bitter taste.
It's mad all these companies have European versions of their products, but they still put all this crap in the US version.
Go check out our fake food episode. It's crazy.
Look closely at this grainy photograph from 1911. What do you see? Clearly a disc-shaped object in the sky, and this individual here pointing up at it. Now, I don't know what it is, but don't tell me it's a balloon or a bird. This photo was snapped by an American in 1911 in the streets of Tianjin in northern China and acquired by a Japanese soldier during World War II in 1942. Today, we have objects flying all over New Jersey, and now it's spreading to other areas of the country. Or perhaps it's a phenomenon that's happened throughout history. Look at this painting called The Miracle of the Snow from the early 15th century. Okay, maybe those are clouds. Or how about this one, The Annunciation with Saint Emetius from 1486, or this one, The Madonna with Saint Giovanni, again from the 15th century. Now, this artist studied under Rembrandt and drew what you see here in 1710 to depict Jesus' baptism. What do you think that is? These are all original, unaltered paintings from the Renaissance and later period artists. But you know what? Maybe that's just an European painter's imagination, okay? Now, this is a Chinese drawing from the late Qin dynasty that described what happened on the evening of September 28th, 1892 at around 8 p.m. in the city of Nanjing. You see hundreds of people gathered on a bridge watching a slow-moving round object drift across the sky. Those people remind me of me watching drone TikTok live streams of these objects late at night and then going outside and looking at the sky. And finally, the most famous one from long, long ago, in 1561 on April 14th, a German artist named Hans Glaser produced this report on what he painted and described as an aerial battle. Yes, a battle between objects shaped like globes and even Christian crosses. Now, we don't have that in New Jersey, but I would pay to see that. And the point is, everyone, if these folks from so long ago survived these phenomena, chances are you and I will be okay too. The aliens aren't taking you anywhere. The rent is still due first of the month. We'll be all right.
It's a good point. These things have been seen for so long, they can't all be blue beam.
Trust me, bro. It's a psyop.
Okay, how long has this been around? It didn't just start showing up in 1947. It's in local newspapers from the 1800s. It's fascinating. But if you can go even further back, how would you, as a higher intelligence, represent yourself to a lesser intelligence? Well, let's go back to pre-civilization. Maybe you show yourself as the spirits in the forest. Once you get a little bit more civilized, then you show yourself as the gods. And then you're God. Well, we don't believe in God anymore necessarily. Not everybody does. So what do we believe in? We believe in technology. So you show yourself as a form of technology, right? But the common thread is you're not alone. And there's something else here with you. And there's something that's, as you said, watching you. It's kind of like you've lived on an island your whole life, and you've looked across the ocean and you've never imagined there was another island with anybody else on it. And then suddenly a ship with sails shows up. You don't understand it, but you realize that suddenly your world just got a lot bigger. I think we're in one of those moments right now, that our world view, our galactic view, is opening, right, to something a little bit bigger. And not just that there might be somebody else, but that there's something else.
Ever since all these advancements in AI and quantum computing, there's been a massive increase in all these sightings.
God ain't AI, bro. It's blue beam.
I bet you 100 you didn't know what's been going on in Russia for the past 40 years. There is a radio station broadcasted in Russia that, yeah, you can tune into, but no one claims to be running it. It's got the name USB 76, and we can see the location of where it comes from, but nothing else. Stick with me. This radio signal has been broadcasting for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for over 40 years. I'll play the actual recording in a minute, but essentially it's a creepy sound of just static noises, every now and again a loud horn sound, and then it randomly repeats words that don't make any sense. As I say, no one knows where this signal actually is, what it's transmitting, and what it means. However, of course, there's been a lot of theories about this over the last decades. Some people saying potentially it controls nuclear codes and is a way of secret communications between secret services over there, or that it is an underground operation communicating with aliens, or something else, and we just have absolutely no idea.
Николай, Женя, Татьяна, Иван, 82, 890, Женя, Анна, Николай, Роман, Ольга, Николай, Анна, Сапли, Иван, 13, 68, 06, 04.
It was probably set up as a prank.
40 years of a long prank, bro.
High-level government officials claim a UFO
Oh, you were
crashed
tapping.
in Kennedy
That's
back in
funny. I didn't even
1953,
think about
and then the aircraft was seized by the Air Force.
Very small handful of UFO crash retrieval reports in the United States that have that kind of verification to them.
Documents claim Stansel was an Air Force engineer who studied the impact nuclear blasts had on homes and buildings. He was one of 40 people transported to the crash scene in a bus with blacked out windows. They were told this was part of a secret project. When they arrived, the report claims the UFO, measuring 14 feet high and 30 feet in diameter, was made out of unfamiliar metal, plunged about 20 inches into the ground. Next to the UFO, the corpse of the so-called pilot, who was described as being about 4 feet tall and wearing a silver metallic suit.
They're pushing blue beam like crazy.
You think everything's blue beam? What if this was a legit crash?
They don't wear metallic suits, bro.
If you could declassify one secret around UFO UAP phenomena, what would it be?
There are index cards in S4 where extraterrestrial beings have been taken to S4, which is in the Area 50,
11 miles from Area 51.
Area 51. And this is a very secret place, and S4 is down in the ground, and they've taken living ETs there and down into the ground where they have questioned them. Because in the crash retrievals, there have been times when the ETs have been alive. Danny knows this for sure because he interviewed someone who actually worked at S4. That person's supervisor was interviewing the ET and writing down on index cards what the ET person was saying to him. I want them to declassify the index cards.
I would want to know what the specifics are of the
communications that have been established with any of the extraterrestrial beings, whether there's some kind of a treaty, whether there's some kind of set of protocols that have been agreed to, and what it reveals, if anything, about the intention of the extraterrestrials.
Right.
I'd really like to know what the status of that is, because that's where a lot of the work has to get done.
We should do our next special on Area 51.
I want to do Stonehenge or Easter Island.
Go check out our Mothman special. We built dioramas for the locations, and we had a run-in with Mothman.
It was a bit more than a run-in, bro.
Has anybody else noticed it's been foggy for days now, and the internet never fails to let me know what's happening? The first thing I saw...
Thank you so much, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. We've been having a little bit of a rough spot here, but I don't want anyone to feel like they're obligated to do nothing like that, but it does mean the world to me. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about how I just love how the fact that like I'm lonely. I usually sit here all by myself while Chris is at work, and he'll work sometimes 12 or 13 hours a day. And so I don't have much family. You get it, right? And then like I know a lot of the people that watch me are in the same boat, like lonely, or their man's at work all day, or whatever, chronic illnesses, all that kind of thing. We all have a little something we deal with, or whatever, or big something even. But I just appreciate us all being able to come together and chill and have a good time talking and laughing. It really means the world to me. And I love you guys so much. I really, truly, honestly do. I don't come here because I make a little bit of money. That's not the reason. I don't come here because of anything but the fact that I make content for you guys, and I can sit live and enjoy your company. I love it. I really do. Oh, what the heck happened? Antisocial, right? I'm very selective with who I talk to nowadays outside of YouTube, because like everybody seems to like always have some kind of agenda, and then I don't notice it right away. And so I'm all like, oh, I got a new friend. And then they use me and hurt my feelings. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why? Can't you just love me instead of being an asshole? I don't know. I'm very sensitive to, like, main chick knows because I cry a lot. But I feel like being sensitive isn't a bad thing, though. It just means that I've been hurt a lot of times. And I really never want to be the person that does any hurting to anybody else. But I take things to heart. Like when I lose someone, it really hurts me. Or when I even when I do something wrong to somebody, I will sit and beat myself up forever. Yes, humans come with too much BS, for real. I told Chris that if we ever broke up, I'm going to move into a cabin in the woods and have like 14 dogs. I swear. Oh no, I just stuck my finger in this. Ow. Ow. If you've got fur to touch, yes, most definitely. I got my kitty right here. My Bubba is laying in the bathroom doorway because he has to make sure that he blocks every doorway so that I trip on him when I go to the bathroom or wherever I'm going. It's annoying, but I love him to death, so I never let it bother me. I used to be a waitress for a long time, so like having grace and being able to maneuver yourself around things, I'm pretty good at, but he does trip me sometimes. Yeah, she has a shit poo mane. It's so cute. I went and looked them up last night, what they look like. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I hope you give your pup lots of lovies for me. Lots and lots of them. You probably give her a lot anyway, or him. What is your dog, a girl or a boy? Lady Weiser. I don't want to misgender the dog, okay?
Said this is all down to geoengineering. What's that? Another thing I saw said, it's down to chemtrails. If you don't know what chemtrails are, if you look at an airplane flying over and you see...
Your blind dog knocked you out? Oh my gosh. Would she did it just not see you and you tripped or something? Oh my goodness, honey. I know when I was young, I had a dog we named Bear, and Bear was so sweet. Like it's nothing against Bear at all, but he had gotten so excited to see me that he wrapped around my legs with his chain because he was chained outside. And like I didn't realize that he wrapped his chain around my legs, and I went to walk and I tripped, and then I tripped over him because he was right in front of me, and I fell and broke my my elbow. I got a big old scar from it on my arm. I had to have surgery and stuff. Oh my gosh, main chick. Oh, her name is Chloe. Oh, so cute. But damn, you know, not the other day, actually, it was a few months ago. I was sick and I was really dizzy, and like our bathroom has a step up into it. Man, I fell and hit the floor so freaking hard. I passed out, and Duke come running in there, and I just remember waking up with him licking my face like, "Mommy, get up, get up." It's like, oh my goodness. Animals are just incredibly sweet, you know? And most animals, most dogs or cats that are mean in any kind of way to you have probably experienced some hardship in their life that made them that way, you know? I don't think that dogs just come out with aggression, you know? And they act however they're trained to, you know? Like Bubba was abused before I rescued him, and I remember the person telling me, "Oh, he runs away. He doesn't ever listen. This and that." This dog doesn't leave my side. I can go outside. I can do yard work. I can do whatever. Bubba never runs away. Bubba never acts up when he's got to take a bath like she said he would. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, well, you know, you were abusive to him. So obviously he ran away from you and shit like that. A dog isn't going to leave who he loves, though. You know what I mean? And when I went and picked Duke up, I wondered why. Like, we came in the house to meet him and stuff, and he was just came up and sat right in between me and Chris right away. And then she put the leash on him and put it in my hand. Yeah, it's pain and fear for real. And anyway, she put the leash in my hand, and he got up and he was ready to go out the door. He didn't even look back, jumped right into my car. Like, all right, I got my new family. I'm ready to go. But I'm so glad that I was able to rescue him out of that situation and give him the home that he deserves, because he was only being abused because he was with a family that I guess he really loved for the first like year or two of his life. And then they just left him and went to Georgia and left him with that lady that I got him from. But they didn't like him for whatever fucking reason. So he got treated very poorly. And I'm just so glad I found him because he's perfect for me and my family. He's more or less like either a one person dog or like a couples type dog. He's not the type to get into like families, I don't think, because when I have my niece over, he kind of gets weird when she's here. So I don't think he's like much for kids. Not that he'll bite them, but like he just kind of gets weird and becomes a loner, and he won't come by anybody and yada yada. But I'm just so glad I was able to rescue him and everything. Like I said, I forgot where I was fully going with this, but anyways, so we'll continue watching.
You like water, Vic?
Wait, sorry to pause so early. What's one thing me and my best friend have in common is that I am always fucking forgetting what point I'm trying to make. It's why I have to write my videos down, and I don't like follow the script and sound like a robot, but like I have to write shit down, or I fucking won't remember because I'll go on these babble tangents and then all of a sudden I'm like, why the fuck am I even talking about this? Like, damn it. Kids are weird. Kids are weird, dude. Like, weird. And I love my baby niece to death, you know, but I just feel like Mew Mew, my cat, she will want to hold him and like force him to lay with her and force him down with her. And I'm like, no, honey, the way you're going to get the cat to love you is by leaving him alone. And then one day when you're laying there, he's going to come up and lay down by you because you don't fuck with him. Now that you fuck with him, he ain't never going to come by you, girl. Like, oh, good. I'm glad you are, honey. I really am. Like, it was like my main stressor is I was like, Lady Wiser expecting me to come live today and sit and chill and watch goofy shit. And that's what we're finna do today. We are. I told you yesterday, I wasn't going to let you down. I'm not going to let you down. I even made a thumbnail and everything. I got it posted on StreamYard as an upcoming live right away when I got up at like 10:30. And here we are enjoying the live. And it's already 3:22. How come time goes by so fast when we're live and having fun? It needs to slow its roll a little bit. Do you fall asleep early? Yeah, I've been trying to do that myself, honestly.
Coming out of the back. Now, another theory that is quite interesting is the government doesn't want you to see what's in the sky. Now, I'm not too sure what that means, but one thing the fog did stop me seeing was the horse racing was on ITV. Couldn't even see the horses running. Weird. And then another theory, which is the obvious one, UFOs.
Put on a little makeup, maybe.
Causing all this fog.
They're trying to hide the drones.
I think it's just really foggy, mate. But to be fair, I've never seen as much fog as we've had in the past few days.
It is TikTok. For TikTok, a ban on the social media app is set to go into effect in just a few weeks.
At TikTok hoping for a last-minute gift from the Supreme Court. Fox's Doug Luzader has the story.
Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere.
A big promise from the CEO of TikTok. It's one of the most popular social media apps in the country, but its Chinese ownership could be its undoing.
The threat posed by foreign adversary-controlled applications such as TikTok.
Yes. Earlier this year, Congress, with bipartisan support, voted to ban TikTok starting in less than a month, January 19th, unless it's sold off. Critics say there are national security concerns that the app gives the Chinese government too much influence in the U.S. Now, the Supreme Court says it will hear TikTok's appeal on January 10th, just days before the ban goes into effect, and this could be a First Amendment issue.
It's about banning us and silencing the American people.
And then there is the timing of all of this. If this ban holds, it starts just one day before President Trump is sworn into office. And while Trump once opposed TikTok, he now appears to have changed his mind.
Yeah,
we'll
take a look at TikTok.
At a news conference, Trump addressed questions about TikTok, and he recently met with the app's CEO, Xiao Chu, at Mar-a-Lago.
You know, I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points. And there are those that say that TikTok has something to do with that.
But even after taking office, the president can only do so much, and many in Congress remain concerned.
TikTok wants to do business in America. They should be able to comply with that very easily. If TikTok doesn't want to do business in America, then they don't have to.
I'm one of 5 groups that are interested in buying it.
There may be buyers here for TikTok, but the parent company has made it clear ownership shouldn't change.
We are confident and we will keep fighting for your rights in the courts. The facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail again.
So far, TikTok has prevailed and prospered, but its popularity here could ultimately be its downfall. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
There's no way they're going to ban TikTok. It makes way too much money for them in taxes.
It's always been about money, bro. BlackRock want it.
The fate of TikTok now in the hands of the U.S. Supreme Court as a nationwide ban come January 19th inches closer and closer. Emma Withrow from our fact check team joining me here tonight. So Emma, can you start by breaking down here what really is at stake on this issue if the U.S. Supreme Court does in fact rule that this is constitutional?
Yeah, there's some pretty high economic stakes for these users. So
Yes,
TikTok
thank
has
you,
over
Nate.
1 million active content creators globally. And among those US users aged 18 to 24, 8% of those identified as full-time content creators, while 15% consider themselves part-time. So this means that thousands of Americans consider making TikToks their full-time job, really. So that would make up quite a bit of lost income if you
We've
can.
heard from so many of those users pleading that TikTok is really their primary source of income in their daily lives. Is there any way to break down how much they're making on TikTok?
So it's difficult to get the exact numbers here,
Actually-
but according to
Speaking of TikTok money, I am in the TikTok affiliate program, not the creator program, but I'm in the affiliate where I can buy stuff on TikTok Shop and then do like a video promoting it or whatever. And I keep forgetting. I keep buying tons of shit. Well, not like, you know what I mean? Just like stuff I need or whatever from TikTok Shop. And I keep forgetting to do these little videos for them. Oh my gosh. If I would just do that, I could probably make some extra money. Damn it. What am I thinking? Sometimes I do really dumb things. But it's like not something I'm thinking about. I'm buying stuff I need. I'm not really thinking about like, oh, I gotta do a video on this fucking whatever it is microphone I bought, you know. I just got in bed as I need to rest my back for an hour or so. Thanks for going live, baby girl. It's so very nice to meet you, Maine. I will see you soon. Bye for now. Okay, Lady Wiser, go ahead and rest your back up. I hope you feel better. Come back when you're ready to, if we're still live, or watch on the replay, my love. Mwah. Yeah, do it.
So IQ content creators with over 1 million followers earn between $1,000 to $5,000 monthly, while those with around 100,000 followers, they earn between $200 to $1,000.
And as far as the big name brands go, how much are companies shelling out to advertise on the popular platform?
Yeah, it's unbelievable how much these companies are shelling out in ads. So according to Statista, TikTok ad revenues reached 18.4.
Also, I don't know if you've met Sizzle yet on here, but she's a subscriber on my channel, and she wanted to become a mod because I had put in my video one time I needed some mods, so she became a mod as well. And I just was hoping that if you haven't met her, that maybe one day when she's on, you guys can talk or not talk. You know what I mean? Damn. I'm sorry.
$4 billion just this year. But as you can see on this graph here on your screen, it was only around $1 billion just a few years ago. So you can see the growth just astronomical over the years.
I get nervous on here speaking on live stream. I don't know why, so I keep stuttering, and I do apologize.
The graph says that all the money behind all this continues to climb and climb. Emma, thank you so much.
I think you're right about this. I rarely say that, but I think BlackRock could be behind this. They want TikTok.
They're probably going to get it, bro. Go check out our episode on BlackRock. They own everything.
BlackRock, yeah, I was just going to say.
We have some huge breaking news right now. Donald Trump just asked the United States Supreme Court to pause enforcement of the TikTok ban, filing an amicus brief with the United States Supreme Court, urging the court to put on pause the January 19th mandate to afford Donald Trump and his administration the ability to negotiate a resolution to the pending ban. This is huge. These are not just public comments. This is a legal document filed with the United States Supreme Court. It's called an amicus brief. Essentially what it means, it's a friend of the court brief. Donald Trump, as an amicus curiae, has a substantial interest in this issue, given the fact that he has pledged to save TikTok. He will be the president of the United States and could very well do so as president, and is urging the United States Supreme Court to consider his argument to pause the enforcement of the TikTok ban and to allow his administration to negotiate a resolution. The Supreme Court often considers amicus briefs like this one when making an ultimate decision, so this is a major filing. Trump didn't have to do this. I personally hope TikTok is here to stay, so spread the word, and as always, follow along for all the news you need to know about.
The resolution is going to involve BlackRock.
It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Here is the list of The Simpsons predictions that ChatGPT predicts will happen in 2025. The first prediction is that Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump's daughter, will express some kind of interest in running for president
No, she
in
doesn't want to, she
2028.
said.
Just like what happened in 2016 in the episode where Homer Simpson wears a badge which says Ivanka 2028. The second prediction for 2025 is that Big Ben, the most iconic clock in the world, will go digital, just like what was shown in the 1995 Simpsons episode called Lisa's Wedding. Number 3, a state-of-the-art pet translator will arrive in 2025, allowing
I heard about
conversations
that.
between pets and their owners, just like the 2004 episode Pearly Riders, where Professor Frank invents a device which is able to translate a dog's thoughts into speech. Our fourth prediction comes from a 1996 episode of The Simpsons where Homer recalls an invention that applies makeup in 1 second.
Yeah, I know, right?
So ChatGPT suggested to me that
The Simpsons friggin' predict everything, I swear. There's got to be some time traveler or something going on because it's such... Man, I swear to God, there's so many things that The Simpsons have predicted that now it's like, okay, we got to investigate this. Like, I just feel like there's got to be... I don't know. There's got to be, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but there's got to be something that we can do about that. Also, I did hear about this thing coming out for being able to communicate with your animals, and it says it works with AI or whatever. And I think that'd be kind of cool, but I feel like I don't know if Bubba would like that very much. I just don't think so. And I can read Bubba pretty well. When he walks into the room, he has to let you know he's there. He makes this really weird noise. He goes, and it's like, sorry about that, but it's such a weird noise. People get so freaked out by it. I'm like, he's just literally telling you he's in the room. Yes. So it's almost like this whole time I watched The Simpsons for years and never realized that they were predicting our future. I wish I would have known that back when I was watching it regularly so that I could have like looked for things. But now it's like I don't want to sit through a fucking bunch of episodes of The Simpsons to figure shit out. You know, like, yeah, right. Bubba would too. Oh yeah, Bubba would probably have some very choice words for me if he was able to communicate like, and I could understand. I swear, he's looking at me right now like he's got some words to say. Bubba, what are you thinking about over there? Don't be grooming nobody with autism to come over here and take me out. You hear me?
such an invention might be capable of automating makeup in one quick application.
There's no way Big Ben's ever going digital, but they have been using AI to make something so you can communicate with your pets.
I want to see the makeup cannon.
In 2002, The Simpsons portrayed an unusual scene with Donald Trump and the King of Saudi Arabia laying hands on a large orb. In 2017, this footage resurfaced when this exact scene came into fruition. If you're already stumped by that, what The Simpsons predicted about Donald Trump is going to leave you speechless. It's no secret that Trump wanted to be the president of the USA, even back in the 1980s, before The Simpsons even existed. So when they predicted that he would achieve this goal, some would argue it's not even that impressive. However, back in 2000, before Trump was even president, The Simpsons animated this iconic sequence with Trump waving to his supporters on an escalator, which, scarily, in 2015 would be repeated to the exact detail.
People say The Simpsons have done so many episodes that they're just bound to get something right. But these are exactly to the frame.
Right.
Not Groening's in the Illuminati, bro.
By now, you've probably heard about Honey. You know, the browser extension that saves you money. You have Honey installed.
What's Honey?
Oh, no.
Honey?
Honey is a free browser extension.
Free browser extension?
Free browser extension.
That could apply coupon codes when you check out online.
Free money, basically.
It's literally free money.
It doesn't make sense to not be using this.
I hate to break it to you, but your favorite influencers sold you a lie. Honey is a...
Oh, that's never happened before. We've never
Right.
had a situation like this in the past.
And the majority of
never.
claims promoted by those influencers
good.
aren't even remotely true. But it gets worse. Honey hasn't just been scamming you, the consumer. They've also been stealing money from influencers, including the very ones they pay to promote their product.
Yeah.
I believe the scam has likely cost content creators millions of dollars. Sound crazy?
Probably true.
I didn't believe it at first either. In fact, I'm confident this might just be the biggest influencer scam of all time.
So far.
Which is insane, considering Honey is owned and run by PayPal, who purchased this company for $4 billion. What you're thinking, it's a free browser extension. How bad could it be? Well, trust me, it's far more sinister than you might think. You know what they say, if a product's free, it's likely you're the product.
Yeah, easy.
The timing, because it just so happens you're looking to buy a new CPU for your computer.
Wow, how
you come across another Linus Tech Tips video, and after watching, you're convinced you should buy the one recommended in his video.
Convenient
So
again.
you scroll down and find Linus's affiliate link to that product.
Naturally.
Now, for those of you who don't know, when you click an affiliate link and buy something, the influencer who promoted the product earns a commission for referring you to that store. You see, after clicking Linus's affiliate link, you'll notice in the URL, there's a tracking tag labeled short circuit. And this tracking tag is how Newegg knows who to pay a commission to. It's kind of like when you're at a department store buying a TV, and the salesman who helped you gives you a referral card or a receipt with their name on it. So when you eventually get to the checkout counter, the clerk knows which salesman to award the sale to. Once Honey popped up, watch what happened to Linus's affiliate cookie after we clicked apply discounts. You see that?
They deleted. They take the affiliate link away from the creator that's sponsoring them. So basically, they're paying creators to cuck themselves out of referral codes. Like, if it just deleted it, I would think that it's not intentional, it's just bad coding. But the fact that it replaces it with their own?
Honey came in, removed Linus's affiliate cookie, and replaced it with their own. I mean,
that's what's crazy.
For the sale, pocketing the commission money
that happen?
for themselves.
Wow.
Yeah. After clicking apply discounts, what you'll notice is that in the top left corner of your browser, Honey discreetly opens a small new tab, which acts like a simulated referral click, as if they were the ones to refer you to the website. Even though
Clever
once
use
their
of
page is finished loading and has stuff to PayPal's affiliate cookie, the tab automatically closes, leaving you blissfully unaware that anything ever happened. Now, some might consider what PayPal's doing here dirty or highly unethical, but personally, I can't see how it's anything short of fraud. I mean, just imagine something like this happening in a real-world scenario. Let's say you're at a department store looking to buy a new TV. A salesman spends time running you through your options. You decide to buy, he gives you his referral card, you get to the checkout, and right as you're about to pay, a sleazy salesman pops up going, "Hey, shall I check if I have any coupon codes for you?" Naturally, you say sure. He snatches your referral card without you ever noticing, looks for coupons, says, "Sorry, no luck this time." But instead of handing back the original referral card, he hands back his own.
Right.
PayPal didn't refer the customer to the store. They didn't promote any of the products. The salesman did that. PayPal provided absolutely zero value to the customer, yet they were rewarded for the sale. Okay, but what if Honey had found a working coupon code? Would that make it okay for them to claim the commission? Sure, you could argue that Honey may have convinced the consumer to complete the purchase by providing a discount. No department store is going to allow a salesman.
I think this is a great argument that he's using, is that if you applied this to any real life situation, it would immediately be seen as terrible and predatory.
Right.
Hang out at the checkout counter, casually handing out coupon codes while simultaneously stealing commissions from the other sales reps.
Yeah.
So why are we allowing a corporate giant like PayPal to do it on the internet?
Which is absolutely insane. I bet you don't hear nothing about it on the news.
There's a lot of shit happening that ain't on the news, bro. But we'll have to save that for next time.
Hold up, so we've got to do this week's giveaway.
If you want to win some of our merch, leave a comment on this video for a chance to win next week.
See, that's what I want to do.
Bang, bang.
Pick a t-shirt or a mug from our website and we'll send it straight out. Thanks for everyone buying the merch. Look how dope these guys look.
And as always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.
Hello, what the heck is going on? Oh, there we go. Speaking of The Simpsons, let's watch something Gypsy. What are you saying? We should, huh? What do you think? Maybe we could. Well, actually, let's check YouTube, and if there's nothing, then we'll go over to the TikTok. Oh, shut up, you bitch. You know what? Have you guys watched this? Because I have not watched it yet fully, and maybe it would be a good idea to do it while we're live. No? We'll give it a shot. I'll make sure to turn.
Gypsy Rose, when you reflect on your
'Cause we're gonna yell
participation
at Dan
in
right here,
murdering your
giving
mother,
her a
what
platform.
actually happened?
I should have spent the rest of my life in prison.
Yeah, you should have.
I felt like my child that just wants her mom to love her. You're the reason I was born.
What was your mother claiming?
I had supposedly a seizure disorder, leukemia, paralyzed since birth.
did.
But I knew that I could walk.
Was there ever a moment where a doctor told her no?
Yes, this brings us to quite a pivotal moment.
I know it does,
Then
doesn't it?
Start dating. There was Nick, Ryan, and Ken.
Something in me snapped. Nick was the gasoline, I was the fire. First thing he said when he comes to the door is, "This is dead." I wanted to go and help her.
Shut the fuck up.
You were trying to hold on.
Girl,
Having
I'm
people
gonna
run
have
up
a
to you
hard
and
time
want to take a selfie with you. None of that I was prepared for. Y'all made me this. I didn't. But it wasn't until I had my daughter thinking to myself, how can a parent ever hurt their child?
Was there anything that you've
She didn't
seen or heard
fucking
about
hurt you, bitch. She didn't fucking hurt you. The fuck is wrong with you? Why are you always out here fucking lying about her? She didn't hurt you, bitch. She didn't hurt you. You were a spoiled, rotten little bitch. And you had a lot of fucking sicknesses wrong with you. Now, if you want to be super critical about the situation, your mom was spoiled ass rotten and okay. And now supposedly the family had said that your mom poisoned her own mother at one point. I don't know if that's true. That's alleged. I don't know. But then you come out and you are basically spoiled ass rotten from the get-go. Your mom's just trying to make sure that you're well taken fucking care of. And you were the one doing the fuck shit. Okay? You were the one being evil. Who was the one that tried to cut your mother's head off, bitch? Why don't we talk about that? Why was your mother's hands all bruised up like they were? Why were your hands all bruised up like they were? Oh, was it her abusing you? Or was she trying to get away from you?
life? You want to clarify.
In all the interviews that I have done, I have never had anyone really
I
listen.
totally agree with you, main chick. This little bitch right here was awful to her mother. And there's proof of it that I have come across by other people that were in their lives at that time, that she often expressed fear of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She comes out after unaliving her own fucking mother and being the one that almost took her head off at that. Gets a trophy tattoo of the stab wounds on her fucking back. And here she is trying to be a social media influencer and influencing young children to do what she did to their own parents. What the fuck is going on?
In this episode, Gypsy Rose Blanchard shares her own account of her life and experiences, including the murder of her mother.
This motherfucker gives her a fucking platform, and everyone's like, he's the one that asks the hard questions. He's the one that always wants to get the real answers. You, bitch, did nothing for this fucking platform of... You are the one bringing her out to tell more fucking lies, to sit there and talk shit about her mother some more, try to garner sympathy by saying, oh, I should be in jail for the rest of my life. Yeah, you fucking should. But stop trying to manipulate everyone with your fuck shit. Because that's all that is. She doesn't really fucking believe that she should be in jail for the rest of her life. You know why? Because she didn't commit the actual crime. Yeah, you had a hand in it, bitch. And I've proven that. Because one thing I had to study when I was going to school for criminology was blood splatter. And one thing I can tell you is there was somebody there, right? Somebody there right-handed helping Nick. I think it was you.
Childhood abuse and allegations of sexual assault. We must note, to
Yeah,
be legally
exactly,
accurate,
right?
that these allegations of sexual assault have been reported previously, have been denied or disputed, and have not resulted in criminal prosecutions. We report but do not adopt them. These topics may be difficult to hear, so please watch with care. This is a deeply powerful conversation, and I hope that you take something meaningful away from it. If you do, please like and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us to keep bringing you more and more conversations just like this one. One of the most recognizable, I think, figures in the United States. Gypsy Rose is one of, I think, the most recognizable names.
Well, why don't you boost your ego a little bit more there? There you go. Boost the ego of a murderer right there. Go for it. Why don't you have Why didn't you have Charles Manson on there at one point? Why didn't you have Dahmer on there at one point? Give them grace. Why the fuck is this okay? Why the fuck are you platforming somebody that took the life of their own fucking mother, planned it for 2 fucking years, and groomed an autistic man to do so? Did you know that Nick didn't even understand in those text messages what it's going down meant? And she's going to try to say that he came to the door and said, this bitch is dead. Fuck you, Gypsy Rose. Fuck you. And you were the one in those text messages with Nick being all excited that you were about to kill your own mother. You're a sick bitch. And guess what? Karma is also a bitch. And I believe that you gave birth to your karma.
Who you actually are.
Yeah.
And what actually happened.
I know.
And that's the reason why
Chick,
I'm so intrigued and so honored that you're here.
Shit, we have a murderer, rapist in office right now.
All right,
So
let's
we're not
do it.
murderer.
Let's do
We
it.
have a rapist
Okay.
and
So
sexual predator
could we
in
then
office,
begin
felon.
with your
You know,
parents? All right, so Dee Dee and
what
Rod.
the hell is going on?
When did your parents meet and where did they meet?
So my parents met in a town, I mean, very small in Louisiana. After,
Say something
hanging out, my mom
political,
got
but
pregnant, and my father felt like the right thing to do would be to marry my mom. Even though, he was, I mean, honestly, he was just a kid.
Yeah.
He dropped out of high school, and around that same time, he got another woman pregnant. So I have a half sister, and he realized
the fact of the matter is your daddy couldn't keep his dick in his fucking pants. Okay? I'm sure Dee Dee didn't, thrive on the fact that your dad was younger or that much younger. All right? It was probably just him trying to get his dick wet and ended up having to get married because you were coming. When, in honest to God reality, your mother should have gotten an abortion. But here we are. Yeah, Rod was disgusting and is disgusting in my opinion. I believe that he's still that way. He's probably always cheating on Christy, and Christy will never leave because she likes the money.
oh my gosh, like now I have 2 daughters to take care of and pay child support on and things like this. And on my dad's 18th birthday, he realized that he was not in love, that he married my mom for good intent. But he didn't love her. He wasn't in love with her like that. And so he ended the relationship. It ended in
He should
divorce.
keep his dick in his
and
pants. If he doesn't want a fucking kid and doesn't want to have to marry a bitch that he doesn't really love, then keep your dick in your fucking pants till you know somebody. You feel me?
Mom got custody.
Okay.
And I lived with my mom.
How do you think that impacted her?
In hindsight, I realized that, that must have been so hard on her, because there's not only that element of abandonment.
No, I'm sorry. I'm really straightforward with my words and I cuss a lot. I apologize. I'll try to keep it under wraps. But I have strong feelings about this woman, and I have strong feelings about people trying to platform her or her even having a platform in general. I think it's fucking sick. She's out here raising a daughter of her own, and I believe that that is in itself fucking horrible. Okay, so watching her sit here and fucking do nothing but keep up with the same bullshit lies that she always has, and instead of taking accountability, here she is being given another way to keep pushing out her lies, because that's what it is. It's ultimately manipulation. It's her retelling shit. And even if she's lying about it, even if she's telling a whole new story, she's still the victim. As long as she remains the victim, people will have sympathy for her.
But the trauma that my mom went through as a child herself, I think the hits just kept coming. And she loved him very, very much. So, looking back on it, that must have been heartbreaking. And I am a reflection of my dad. Like, I look just like my dad.
Not.
So I can imagine that must have been really hard for her.
Yes, yes, absolutely. What was life like for you and your mother in particular in those first 5 years?
Your
I would say that,
your sister, who is beautiful, looks like your dad. You look like my dog's asshole.
I felt like my mom was my best friend. I felt like she was my protector. The childhood seemed fairly normal because the first 5 years of my life, my grandmother was still alive. And I honestly feel like when my grandmother passed away, my mom lost a part of herself that at least was keeping her together. Because at the age of 5, I was still able to be around my cousins. I have a very large family, lots of cousins. I have 2 aunts, uncles. And then when my grandmother passed away, my grandfather got me remarried. My mother did not approve of the new relationship, and everybody took sides.
Well, yeah, because they were fucking friends. They were co-workers. And this bitch, Christy, runs in and takes Rod away from her. How the fuck was your mother supposed to fucking feel about the bitch?
From there, my mom and I started moving around.
Interesting. And was that because
that is not true. What the fuck? Your mom and you moved because of Hurricane Katrina from Louisiana. What do you mean you were moving around? Yeah, you had to move. And what is your mom going to do? Turn down a house from Habitat for Humanity? Come on.
no longer live in the house?
Correct. From what I understand, my uncle addressed all the things that my mom was doing at that point. He was like, why isn't Gypsy in school? You need to put her in school. I really just don't think she's as sick as what you claim. She's perfectly fine. She plays with my...
You dumb bitch. There's paperwork that says you had leukemia up until you were 5 years old. Okay? You went into remission at that point. You had the radiation scars on your fucking forehead to prove it. Okay? You were in the Ronald McDonald house, not just because you were homeless, but because you had leukemia. You got your Make-A-Wish trip because, in fact, you had leukemia. And they didn't know yet about your microdeletion until 2011. That's when they figured that out. So for all these symptoms otherwise that you had, your mother was simply trying to figure out all of the things that were wrong with you because you were literally suffering from just about every symptom of the 1Q21.1 microdeletion. And with that being said, your mother was trying to make sure that she was covering all bases and trying to get you well as fast as possible, right? And she was probably giddy as hell that you were in remission from leukemia. I, for one, don't have that right. I don't have that privilege. I have CLL, which means I'm going to have it till I'm old and gray till the day I die. So at least you were able to get over it, bitch. And then I forgot what I was even. Oh, I'm just so heated right now. I get so fucking mad when she talks her bullshit because I know the fucking truth and I've seen your medical records, bitch. So how can you sit up here and lie right now?
Kids, and he just put her on blast.
I see it. So what was your mother doing or claiming at that time?
Well, at the age of 5, I was still seeing many doctors. The list of ailments was not as
Many doctors? You had the same pediatrician for years. What do you mean, many doctors? And you had to see specialists for all the different things that were wrong with you because of the 1Q21.1 microdeletion and them not knowing what was wrong with you yet because they hadn't even yet discovered the disease. The disease didn't even get discovered until I think it was what they said 2008 or 2000. Yeah, I think it was 2008. So they didn't have any fucking clue what they were dealing with. So you were sent to specialists, stupid. Not all kinds of different doctors. They were specialists. I know you have the microdeletion, but it's deleting a little bit too much. And I really think you need to fucking stop telling these goddamn lies. Because now you're going to tell us that this homeschooling bullshit, yada, 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 your mom made you do this. You were sickly, whether you want to believe it or not. And whether your fucking dumbass uncle wants to believe it, whether your dumbass dad wants to believe it, I don't give a fuck. I've seen the medical records.
long as it was obviously later on in life. But I had
think so,
supposedly a
too. I
seizure
don't think
disorder. Supposedly I had leukemia, hearing impaired, vision impaired. As long as it was obviously later on in life, but I had supposedly a seizure disorder. Supposedly I had leukemia, hearing impaired, vision impaired, muscle weakness. So all of these things I was still in GI problems, gut problems. So all of this was happening even at the age of 5.
What about, do you remember, or what you've heard, what did the other family members, especially who were living with you, what did they think?
The thing about my mother's side of the family is they don't really recognize mental health problems. Obviously in the 90s, 80s, 90s, mental health problems was shrugged off and considered, you're weird. They put you in a box in a category that
She is right about that,
instead of
honestly.
it being addressed with therapy. And so that's the kind of box they just put my mom into. Even, her own family put her in that box of like, oh, she's just weird. She's just crazy. And so it's like, I think that they had a hint that, yeah, this is not normal, but there's a lot of things that was going on in that family that was not normal.
Okay. Now, you mentioned there, and this is something that, this is a term that I didn't know until doing the research for you, is a disorder. So this is FDIA, or Munchausen, FDIA, fabricated or induced.
Oh my God, I'm going to fucking lose it. Oh, your mother was never diagnosed with Munchausen by proxy, you lying fucking bitch. Never. Not until after she was dead. And guess what, bitch? You can't diagnose someone after they've passed away. Oh my God. I don't know if I can make it through this. I don't know if I can do it. Because this bitch is going to make me get a plane ticket to Louisiana to have a little fun with, Well, anyway. I just can't, dude. I can't. You sit up here and you fucking lie. You fucking lie. When there's so much proof that goes against what you fucking tell, these stories, these fabricated bullshit ass fucking stories you tell. And you contradict yourself. And you talk out your fucking ass. Why don't you just try being accountable and telling the fucking truth? You would get a lot more respect that way. But no, you're a grimy, disgusting rat.
Illness, or FII. And it's a severe form of child abuse or mental illness where a caregiver
Yeah, Sheena can
fakes
come
or
on
causes
with it.
symptoms or
Come
illness
on
in a
with it,
child
you
to
fat
gain
ugly
attention
bitch.
or sympathy.
I will have your ass too.
And it's previously was known as Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
Correct.
So from what I understand, this is what your mother suffered from. And I've seen reports that have said that she has one of the most, historically, one of the most notorious sufferers of this disease.
Correct.
And she took this out on you.
Correct.
Okay. So the family doesn't know what's happening. They just say that she's weird.
Correct.
But as you mentioned, there's other things happening in the house. Can you talk about what was happening in the house so we understand the full environment?
It makes me so mad because there are literal children that are getting this idea to go and do this to their own parents, thinking that they're not going to get hard time, whatever they're thinking in their brains, but they're getting it from somewhere. And who's the one that's on, like, the younger side of TikTok, Gypsy Rose. I don't know if she puts a different age in or whatever, because she doesn't know how old she is. So I know that she goes and tries to talk to younger people on TikTok. Okay. And you're influencing them, because I could be a social media influencer if I just kill my parents, Bitch. That's why I fucking can't stand you. And I can't stand a liar. And I can't stand somebody that's going to come and throw their own mother's name in the mud and stomp on it. So I will continue to talk shit to you, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I will continue to call you out. I will say whatever the fuck I want to say, because you are a disgusting pile of grimy, slimy shit. I love you so much.
As far
too.
as my mother goes, she was supposed to be on medication. She was supposed to be on medication because she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And I remember there was a therapist that
I've
would
had
come
it out
to the
with
house of
Brie
counselor.
already. I'll
And
take it
then
out
when
with
we
all of these
moved from
motherfuckers. I don't give a
Louisiana
shit.
to Missouri, she stopped seeing the therapist and she stopped being on medication. I remember, growing up with a mom that said, do you hear that? I hear voices
Shut the
telling me
fuck
that
up.
there's 7
Oh
voices
my
and 6 of
God.
them doesn't like me. Do I see that? Seeing things that aren't there. And I didn't see these things. So,
Making that
it would
shit up, you
kind of break
dumb
my mom's
bitch.
heart when I would be like, no, I don't see anything. So it's definitely a lot of that manipulation. Growing up, my mom was like, your dad wants nothing to do with you. He has his family now. He's remarried. He's got new kids. They're his favorite. He doesn't love you and he doesn't love me.
Smith.
And
I
but
totally
love you.
forgot about that bitch. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny. I love you. I love you so much.
I'm the one that's here day in and day out. Appreciate me, So it's a lot of that. And growing up, I didn't have a high self-esteem. Not because my mom didn't tell me I was pretty, but more so because I wasn't allowed to form my own identity and feel confident in myself, discovering who I am.
I see it. I see it. And even on that point too, where you mentioned your mother, in essence, was isolating you, right, from your father. I've noticed that this is a standard maneuver,
and that's
of
bullshit
abusers,
too.
Is the social isolation of the person that they're targeting, and it's
Sir, disrespectfully, shut the fuck up.
interesting to see a mother do that to a child. So now, if you're willing to talk about it, is that when you're talking about there's lots of stuff happening in the house. From what I understand, is your grandfather was assaulting people. Can you talk about that so we can understand at what, 6 or 5?
I was 9.
You were 9.
I was 9.
Okay.
I thought you didn't know
earliest
how old you
memory
were,
of-
bitch. I thought you never knew how old you were. Now you know? Now you knew? You knew exactly how old you were then? Huh. Because, you didn't have numbered candles on your cake.
Something just not being appropriate would be, around the age of 5-ish. And after my grandmother passed away, it was me, my mom, and my grandfather all living in the house until he, moved.
Okay.
And so upstairs, there's a bathroom on the 2nd floor, and it had a tub. And I remember my mom taking a bath and my grandfather washing her. And then she gets out of the tub and then proceeds to put me in the tub with him. And, I have this memory. Other family members have called me a liar. They do not believe this at all because they're like, the tub was so small. How could 2 people fit in there?
You are a liar, so.
I was little. I was very little. And, obviously having my grandfather expose himself like that, I was so little. I didn't think anything of it because I didn't know anything about sex or anything like that. But he found enjoyment in exposing himself to me. And then when I was 9, after a bad car accident happened with me and my mom, she was left in the hospital.
It wasn't a car, it was a
somebody
bike.
needed to take care of me. So my
You're so fucking stupid, bitch.
grandfather stepped in and I went to live with them for a short time. And this is where the majority of the abuse happened. And I was confused about it. I felt like it was wrong, but I wasn't sure exactly why I felt it was wrong. And it wasn't until I got a little older that I started, obviously learning more about sex and sexual acts that, it's sad that my first memories of that has to be like, oh yeah, that's what grandpa did to me, and a lot of my family members are not speaking to me now because I have been so public about it.
Yeah. It's so hard to hear incidents like
Because
this.
you're a liar.
But then in particular, at 9, this is your family, and this is the only semblance of safety that you have, which is none. In denial of this. But was your mother aware of what was happening?
She was aware after the fact. So I had on a car ride to the hospital. It was one of my checkups. We were riding in the car, and I started to tell her about it, and she started to cry, and she asked me a very specific question, and I said yes, and she started to cry, and I started to backtrack. I got scared. I didn't want to see her cry, so I started to backtrack. I'm like, no, it didn't, and I just wasn't fully open with her about it because I could see how much she blamed herself. And it wasn't until much later that she had told me, he did the same thing to her.
Wow.
And so she decides, hey, we can't stay here anymore, mostly because of the constant drama between her and my grandfather's wife.
Okay.
It just left the house very
Learns a
uncomfortable.
voice
And so my
train.
mom just thought it would be best for us to leave.
Hi,
We stayed
Kaz.
at
How
the
are
Ronald
you?
McDonald House in New Orleans for a few months, actually.
Okay. And for everyone who is not familiar with the Ronald McDonald House, can you explain
So the Ronald McDonald House is essentially a lodging home for children and their
Baby
families
days.
while the children are going through their doctor's appointments. It's a place for them to stay near the hospital. And it's at a short fee. So I think it was like $5 a night for us, I believe. So, it's crazy to say that the Ronald McDonald House was kind of like, okay, that was my next home.
Hello?
Because we stayed there so much. Hi, baby. But then my mom found Section 8 housing, and that's where we lived from there. I feel like the constant arguments between her and her father, then learning of my abuse, just kind of all spiraled her more and more into this darker place.
Okay.
At around the age of 8 or so, went into the hospital for actually, I can't even remember what it was for, but I did a long time in the hospital. It was like a 6-month stint in the hospital.
Okay.
And that's when they put the feeding tube in.
And you can't recall how you got to the hospital.
My mom drove us, but I don't remember what the initial appointment was for.
Okay. But you ended up then going in for 6 months, which that's significant.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And you were given a feeding tube, and then you were placed in a wheelchair.
Yeah, so the wheelchair happened. There's so many different stories that my mom told different people. So the initial story that my mom told to family was I went into the hospital. Then upon having surgery, I had a seizure on the operating room table that left me paralyzed. That was the first story.
Okay.
So, of course, growing up, that's what I thought. I knew that I could walk. I just want to make that clear. I knew that I could walk. So then she goes on to tell other people, well, she was paralyzed, and doctors, mind you, tell doctors that I was paralyzed since birth.
Oh, wow.
Even though there's pictures and there's family and there's all these people that had seen me grow up walking.
Right. So then what I believe is hard to understand is how do doctors then believe her enough to give you the feeding tube, to give you the wheelchair? How were they fooled?
My mom had a very, her personality was sweet. To the untrained eye, I guess you can say, she had a very welcoming presence. Everybody, it was like that classic Southern mom. Hi, sweetie, darling, sugar plum, all that.
Yes.
And there was one doctor in particular that she honestly, I think, in my opinion, buttered up. She would buy him gifts. He would come and visit us at the Ronald McDonald House.
Okay.
There was this sort of friendship that I don't feel is professional. You shouldn't have friendships with your patients.
Okay, I see it. And so because of her charisma, right, she was able to, sounds like, dupe these doctors. Was there ever a moment where a doctor said no and told her no?
Yes, there was. And this brings us to quite a pivotal moment. There was a doctor, his name was Dr. Flashenstein, or Flasherstein, however you want to kind of say it. And he examined me. He was a neurologist. Pretty sure he's retired now, but he asked me to stand up in his doctor's office. Now, I learned this on the documentary about myself. I'm learning things about my own life in a documentary.
Yeah, she was in the chat talking to
the rough
me,
part for
and
me
then
is, I have a therapist.
then main chick came
And
in. I love
for
my
a long
main
time
chick.
after
You know
watching the
that.
documentary,
And,
I'm like, he's lying. I don't remember that. I never remember him asking me to stand.
I was sitting here
And
on my
then a
phone,
few
all of a
months
sudden
ago,
I look and it said,
I was laying in bed, and I feel like I have
Cash
two
App,
memories.
whatever. And so I was like,
and I don't know which one's real, but I think I
boob.
maybe
And
do
then
recall him
I
asking
was
me
like,
to
thank
stand
you
up.
so much. I said,
And I don't know
good,
if
I'll get
it was
something to eat
blocking that
'cause I'm
memory,
hungry. And she
but
said a little
now I'm
more.
kind
It
of
was
like,
so
oh my
nice.
God, maybe he did.
She's like,
And
get yourself
I
something
think I did
good.
stand up.
I was like, okay.
And he told my mom, point blank, there's no reason why she can't walk. She can walk. She's fine. And my mom left. We never went to see that doctor again. But that doctor had put in the medical records, in his notes from that day, suspicion of mother with Munchausen by
Take
proxy.
what you can get.
He puts that in the medical records. Now, my mom would always request a copy of the medical records after every appointment.
Okay.
We guess, me being me, my family, my attorney,
Yeah.
we all think that she's seen that in the medical records and chose to leave and not go to that doctor.
Right.
Then where does it go?
Just do the
Usually it
queue,
would
I
go
guess.
to social services, family protective services, which they did come to my house.
Right.
They come to my
Do it.
house. They separate me and my mom, her in the living room, me in my bedroom. They bring a sheriff or a deputy with them.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So
Right.
there's 2
Yep.
caseworkers and a deputy. And the deputy was questioning my mom in the other room about why
Right.
is there a E at the end of Blanchard? Because it's just Blanchard. There's no E at the end. But she had put an E at the end and essentially was, forging all these documents.
Okay, so in Blanchard, that's your
Oh,
last
yeah.
name.
Yes.
They talked
So
and
Gypsy
she's staying
Rose
there.
Blanchard.
Mhm.
But she's including that
Yes.
to throw people off.
To throw people off.
Wow, look at that.
And so they questioned her, why is the birth
No,
date
you know
different
how it is.
from
It was
this
the first
hospital
time
to
they
this
ever had a
hospital? How
big
old is your
blowout.
daughter?
So
When was she born?
she's
Yes.
talked
Where
to
was she
him.
born?
She's going to give him
And
one
she
more
goes on to
chance
tell
if
them
it
a
happens
story
again.
about
She's
how,
going to leave. But I'm
she had a
actually
terrible
proud of
marriage
her
with my father,
for
and he's
leading
abusive.
and
And
talking
she
to
put
Maddie
E at the
like
end
she
because
did
to avoid him
about
finding
everything.
us.
And makes me feel
So I don't know
safer
what they
that she
told
does
her.
have
They're
Maddie's
like,
best
okay,
interest at
fine, to
heart.
get it straightened out. I don't
And
know.
so I told
But in the
her
other room where I was
that
being
I'm going to
questioned, they
do
were
my
asking
best
me,
to try
is
to
there
rent a
bruises on your body?
vehicle because I do so want to
Can I
have
look at your
her
arms?
for
Can
a
I look at your
couple
legs?
weeks
So I showed them my arms. I showed them my
before the
legs.
school year begins.
And I was
so
terrified of being taken away from my
I
mom
have to find
because
I
my
have to
mom
work
raised
that
me
out
to
somehow.
believe that child
'Cause
services, the state, as she would call it, is evil, is bad people. And so I was terrified to
I
be taken away
know.
from my mom because at that time, yes,
Yeah, I
a lot of
know.
abuse was going on, but I also loved my mom very much. And they were asking me questions
Well,
that
I don't
didn't
want you to
pertain to
miss
Munchausen
work
by
and
proxy.
stuff.
Okay.
There wasn't physical hitting. There wasn't punching. There wasn't physical abuse.
Yes.
So I didn't think to say I could walk because they were asking the wrong questions. And I'm not
Yes,
blaming
do
them like, oh,
that.
this is their
Yeah.
fault. I'm just saying I think
You
that,
should.
in situations like this, Munchausen by proxy should have been looked at. If you see a child supposedly with all these medical issues, you have a doctor that writes in
Good.
his notes, suspicion of Munchausen by proxy, why aren't you asking those questions, the right questions, instead of asking me if I have bruises?
If they had asked the right questions, how do you suspect?
Right.
I probably would have been so
Well, you
innocent and
deserve
probably just told
it.
them the
So,
truth.
yeah. I
Like,
mean,
yes, I could walk. Not knowing because I didn't know what Munchausen by proxy was.
you
When you
bust
look
your
back
butts
on the
at work for
procedures,
so long.
what were all the procedures that the doctors ended up doing on you?
So the most prominent ones were, of course, the feeding tube. Now, my mother claimed that I was having trouble swallowing. Now,
Yeah.
I have no recollection of ever having any
Well,
eating
I'm going to get
issues.
back to my live stream.
The surgery
Oh,
happened when I was 8. So from birth all the way to 8 years old, eating
yes, I
perfectly fine.
told you that.
No issues. Then all of a sudden going to the hospital, having issues eating.
Okay, I love you.
And they had put the temporary feeding tube through the,
Right.
the nostril. And then the doctor said, we want to do something more permanent. How about let's do a G tube?
Wow, I didn't realize you had a permanent.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. So they put a permanent feeding tube, and I had
Oh
that
no,
all
I
the way
thought
up
I. Oh
until
God, I
mine
didn't
happened.
realize. I thought I
So all the
muted
way
it.
through your teens.
Oh,
All the
I'm
way through my
so
18
sorry.
years.
So does that mean that you then never?
It's not that I didn't eat by mouth, but ate very little by mouth.
Okay.
So I would like mashed potatoes. I was allowed to eat that, but I was mostly fed through the feeding tube with Pediasure or Ensure, which is just a supplemental
Boy,
nutrition
bye.
shake.
Well, bye.
Okay,
See you
okay.
later.
So that was what 9 all the way to your early
Hope her
20s.
convo doesn't get
So
spicy.
almost 2 decades of having a feeding tube. What does physically
God, my
physically
main
what
chick.
does that do to you?
You
I
have
think
to send me
physically
your email
every
because
6
I
months I
have
would
a
have to have
story to
it
tell you.
changed
I am
because any sort
so
of foreign object in your
aggravated
body, the
at
stomach
Chris
acid
for
is going
this.
to erode it away.
So
So every 6 months I'd have to have it changed, which is very uncomfortable. They don't put you under anesthesia or anything for that. And just kind of feeling the
My internet bill is
something
$200.
foreign in your body, certain clothing I couldn't wear because it would snag and pull and tug. I mean, it's an
Without
open
internet,
hole into your
can't
stomach.
Yes.
just
So
not make
growing up with that,
content.
it was something that I adjusted to.
Damn, man, what the hell?
But
Because I
it
got
happened with
new
the scar now that I
equipment
don't have
though,
it.
and
It
they
looks like
made it,
a second
and I
belly
got a
button.
faster internet.
So then, Gypsy, what are some of the other procedures?
Okay,
Still,
so
that's
you
a
notice I have a
lot.
scar. Okay, this is around my neck. And
Can't
I
even
also
get
clear my throat a
groceries
lot and
this
have to drink a
week.
lot of water.
Well, I'm I
So
shouldn't
my
say that. I don't
salivary
want people
glands
feeling bad
that
or
produces
anything like that.
saliva
That's
was
not
removed
what I'm trying to
from my
do.
neck.
I'm just
My
saying,
mom would put
just
Orajel before we would
talking
go into the
shit.
doctor's appointment on my mouth to make me drool. Okay.
Hi, Mystery Slice.
So
I
upon
haven't seen you in
examination,
a
the
long
doctor saw
time.
me
How
drool.
are you?
It's excessive drooling.
How
There
are
is a
you
way to take
doing,
care of that.
sweetheart? Oh, give me group hug. Come on, ladies. Ladies, I haven't seen you in so long. I love you so much. Oh, it's so good to see. How the heck are you? How the hell are you? Push it out there, the swear words. You know we love it here. Okay, I got makeup all over my phone. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy to be live talking to you guys. I could sit live all day long, I swear. It's like having my friends over. I love it. I really do. Oh, you did? I never check my fucking Discord, girl. I'm so sorry. I'll get on there and message you back. I'll tell you on there then. Damn, you know what's funny is too is I put that as a part of my memberships that you can be a part of the Discord, but I always forget to check the motherfucker. I'm so awful. And also Discord's kind of weird. So I'm still learning to navigate it really, Like I would like to have it where like a lady that I watched is Charlie Gold, and in her Discord, like there's different channels and stuff like that, I guess they're called. And then you can do like voice chat, and that's what I want to do with mine. But I was asking on my channel if anybody knows how to do Discord properly. Could you help me out? I'll figure out a way to pay you something or something. Traumatized by Discord, it's going to war. It's definitely not a safe space. I will tell you that. Like people try to talk about how they have a private Discord and this, and that. Nothing is private on the internet. Okay. Nothing. So if you think that your Discord's private, you are sadly mistaken. Unless you put like a paywall up.
So let's
for
remove the
it, but-
salivary glands.
And I mean, that's a major procedure.
Mhm.
And you are how old when that procedure happens?
That procedure happened in
What procedure?
2007, I believe.
Okay, 2007.
What
My
procedure?
mom always
Which
would tell me,
procedure are we
I'm doing the
talking
talking.
about?
Just be a good girl, play with your stuffed animals.
Okay.
You
In
know.
other words, don't,
Oh,
don't
you
say
went to
anything.
Right, and if you
you
be
started
good-
in Morbid's Discord? Oh, I can't stand him. I'm sorry. I really can't. Oh, I'm sorry. If you like him, that's fine. That's your opinion. Whatever. If he's for you, that's fine. I just don't personally like him because I feel like he's a fraud. But that's besides the point. What was I doing? I was gonna do something. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh yes, I was gonna go back a little bit to see what procedure they're talking about. Oh, the drooling. Oh, okay. Do you know why that they had to do that?
Upon
People
examination, the doctor
that are listening right now, she was drooling and having excessive salivation because of her 1Q2 1.1 microdeletion. Now, let me look it up real quick. I'll look it up and then we'll watch it if we have to, because the truth is not what she's saying. That's for damn sure. So it comes up right away. No, she did not put Orajel in your mouth. You lying fucking stupid bitch. Okay, this is Fancy knows for sure because she's got the medical records. That's why I watch her, because she's factual. I do watch Fancy's content. I know it's controversial. I know some people don't like her, but I feel like she has the direct information. She's got the medical records, and she knows the dynamic of that family because she was friends with them at one point. So that's why. But hang on a second, you guys. Okay, now I liked this video, so we're gonna go now to TikTok and we're gonna watch what the real reason is for Gypsy Rose having her salivary glands removed. What's the truth? Because Fancy tells it very well, so. And I don't know if you guys don't like Fancy, and I apologize in advance for watching her and making you watch her, but it's the truth of what really happened. No, Audrey, not right now.
Geppetto,
Hush.
I need y'all to clock in to this statement.
Weird. Let's go to my profile. All right. Let's go to. Ooh, I'm going up in followers on the TikTok. Come. Oh, you mean? Yeah. All right, and then we're gonna go and see. Don't play with me right now, computer. No. I'm sorry, making you wait, guys. 1 second. A second. I just liked Fancy's video. Fuck. I keep doing that. All right. I think I got all the things going here. Oh, Mom, not right now, bitch. Ooh, I want someone to come over on Friday. I'll have to bring with me when I come. Okay. Truth? Here we go.
You're watching the Good Wives Network. And today
Today, we're going to be diving into an often misunderstood aspect of Gypsy Rose Blanchard's medical history, the removal of her salivary glands. Now, I know content about Gypsy, we're kind of trying to stay away from the current drama that she's involving herself in. We will be commentating somewhat on some of those incidences here in the near future. But as we're going through writing these additional books that we're coming out with here on June 24th, we have been breaking down pieces of this case. And so today, I want to talk about these salivary glands because I personally think that most people don't understand what actually took place and why it took place. So for years, this surgery has been used as proof that Dee Dee Blanchard, Gypsy's mother, had Munchausen by proxy and forced unnecessary medical procedures on her daughter. But what if that's not entirely true? That narrative just doesn't hold up at all. Gypsy has a rare chromosome deletion, 1q to 1.1 deletion syndrome.
I know.
Which is known to cause legitimate
Morgan.
physical and neurological.
Yeah, Morgan, she's so cute. I just love her. I really do. She does great content too. She's like me with the researching and stuff. So yes, I do very much enjoy Morgan. As far as don't your copy of Liam's book came today? Who's Liam? Am I missing something? I don't know. But I know Audrey and Fancy are going at it. I know that. I try to stay out of all that nonsense because, like, I don't want to be a part of it. I just want to tell the truth about Gypsy Rose Blanchard and, you know, do my research that I do or whatever. But as far as them fighting and the drama, I don't care. You know, I do have more trust in Fancy because of the fact that she's got the actual medical records, yada yada. She was friends with them, all that bullshit. But like as far as Audrey goes, I don't know. I like her. I mean, she makes good content, but I think that they're just like it's almost like a dick size fucking competition or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just is weird. But I don't want to say too much because then they're going to pull me into it, you know? But this person, Johnny and Connector, welcome, Johnny. But this comment says, don't ever underestimate the importance you can have because McDonald's has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own. You're right, but what does McDonald's have to do with it? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'm a little stupid, so you gotta help me out. I don't know the full drama either between Audrey and Fancy. So if you want to let me know what that is, main chick, please do because I am confused about it. But I also don't want to be getting myself involved, if you will. Is Ashley Baby involved in their fights? And I believe it had something to do with Morbid or whatever. I don't know. You have to tell me. A boy wrote a book called The Woman That Made a Monster and the Dee Dee Blanchard case. Oh, I've been wanting that book. Oh, yes. Where did you get it? How much is it? I need to get one. Oh. Oh, okay. All right, we could do that. But I really want to get that book. Damn. You can't block or remove it? Oh, it might be because it's wait. Okay, I did it. All right. I don't know why you couldn't do it. You should have been able to. Weird. If you get the Audible, it's 99 cents. The softback was $6. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not bad. I'd like to have that because, oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I wanted to actually read it on live stream with everybody. So I was hoping to get it sooner than later so that I could do that before, you know, a ton of people buy it or whatever. But also I want people to buy it for him. You know what I mean, buddy? Either way. Either what freaking way. But here we go. Let's listen to Fancy tell us about the truth of the salivary glands. Jesus. Sorry, God.
Neurological issues, and we've talked about those in the past. One of these is sialorrhea, or excessive drooling. But in recent years, Gypsy has again rewritten the story. She now claims her mother caused her drooling by rubbing Orajel on her gums.
Bullshit.
Yes, you heard that right. And this supposedly led to her salivary glands and teeth being removed. We're going to unpack that, the medical truth behind sialorrhea, why this surgery was absolutely necessary, and how Gypsy's reversionist version of events isn't just misleading, it's dangerous. Let's dish.
Yep.
Sialorrhea is a real medical condition. It's excessive saliva production or the inability to properly control swallowing, which leads to drooling. It's not just embarrassing. It can cause skin breakdown, aspiration pneumonia, and significant social isolation. In children or adults with neurological disorders or genetic syndromes like Gypsy's 1q21.1 microdeletion, it's a common and very serious issue. She had real symptoms, real challenges, and yes, she received real medical intervention. In her 2023 People interview, Gypsy confirms that 2 of her salivary glands behind her neck were removed. She said it was painful. No surprise there. But here's the kicker. This wasn't done to hurt her. It was done to treat a genuine condition backed by medical records, diagnoses, and viable and visible symptoms. Now, here's where things get unhinged. Gypsy now claims, dead serious, that Dee Dee caused her drooling by smearing Orajel on her gums. And that the doctors, seeing the
people that believe that story have to have something wrong, because that is so stupid. That's not something that's so fucking dumb.
Drooling were tricked into removing not 1, but 2 salivary glands and pulling her teeth. However, this happened over several years, so I don't know how this story could even possibly be true. But let's stop right there. Fact check number 1. Orajel is a topical anesthetic. It numbs the gums. It does not so upsetting that Mac and I decided not to do a live on it because our reactions in real time behind the scenes was pretty bad. I can't imagine what we would have been reacting like in on a live. So we decided to opt out of this one. The next one that we will be doing, though, is going to have our commentary. This guy named Brandon, who is the guy who made the Mandalorian costume. Now, he seems like a fairly decent person. I don't know a lot about Brandon, and it's really interesting to watch her shift in how she speaks and talks with Brandon, and how she speaks and talks with Kim and David Blanchard. Disorder going on there too, like. Becca can change her personalities really, really quickly. Just saying. It's a little something weird there, Beck. Absolutely, 100% in these videos ever happened at VisionCon. That none of this is true. That all the allegations of trafficking or nefarious things going on or any of that is not true. And her reasoning being, that, oh, well, and they just make things up. Becca, are you really this ignorant, or are you just thinking that everyone else is? Because nobody said that every single person that walks through the doors of VisionCon is a sexual deviant. Okay, nobody said that. What we have said is that the select group of people that are involved in running VisionCon, along with their friends, have these type of extracurricular activities that they participate in. Nobody said it was VisionCon. We said it was the people. And this is absolutely ignorant across every state and now the country. Okay? Anywhere that there is an event that has a large amount of people, especially if the people are coming from different areas to attend something like this, it is a common issue. Trafficking of people and trafficking of rugs. So fucking simple in your goddamn head that you can't figure out that that's what we're talking about. And that it doesn't have to be every single person involved in VisionCon is involved in this other shit is just beyond me. And why are you working so hard to debunk this? It's absolutely absurd to me. We didn't all just pick up on David and Dan and David Blanchard and Dan Glidewell because we're weirdos that just latched on to some random people in the case. No. We latched onto these people because they're suspicious as fuck, you dumb fuck bitch. I have had it with you, Becca. I have tried to give you every freaking possible pass under the sun, no matter what anybody says. I've tried to be kind to you. I've tried to give you information. I've tried to participate with you. I tried to on a regular level to explain to you why I was hurt by the things that you had said about me. I tried to accept your apology and give you the benefit of the doubt. I tried to help you with this documentary. You asked me to bring my people on board, and I got them ready to go. The fact that you have done this and
Come on. Sorry, my computer is a little. On her live one time, so that was fun. And I don't really, I can see why you like her. I really do, but there's just some things that really irk me and I don't make me don't like it. Or never mind, I can't talk. Sorry. I'll just stop. Oh, never mind. Yes, I'm back. Back.
You're fucking it up, and you had every opportunity to be such a great resource in your pockets and lied to everyone, including the people that you're interviewing. By the way, we found out how much she's paying an interview. She pays these people $200 an interview for an hour freaking interview and does it all the time. That's what your money's going for. $200 to interview people to sit there and cackle and laugh, make fun of child trafficking, make fun of freaking attempted murder, and lie with these people who are highly suspicious.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. Let's take Gypsy Rose trip on the TikTok, okay, real quick. I'm probably gonna screw up my video and show you guys stuff I'm putting in my video. Oh well. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just being, you know what I mean. Now I got that song in my head. You're back in the saddle again. I don't know. Oh yes, I've always believed this too. Let's watch this one. Yeah, that's part of. Really, main chick? See, I feel like people are gonna crash the fuck out on Gypsy Rose Blanchard. You know I will. Oh, and I'm sorry, main chick. You heard my conversation with him, telling him about the fucking food and everything. I didn't even think about that till now. I'm so sorry. Oh, she humiliated you for a comment? What? There's times where she just like fucking lashes out, dude. And that's not okay. I'm sorry that happened to you. She's a fucking asshole for that. What? I'm sorry, main chick. I really truly am. I shouldn't have been making you watch out. Oh, I apologize. That's awful. What the fuck? Fuck you, fancy. That right? Make my friend feel like shit. Go fuck yourself, bitch. I don't care how much you know. I'll drop you like a hot potato too. Talk to me like that.
Welcome back to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Completely debunks herself with her own words.
Makes me mad.
Part 7, and in this one, to advocate.
I want to know why Jen
You don't
discovery
have-
just
okay.
the list of evidence that the state of Missouri had against her. I mean, they picked through everything they could with a fine-tooth comb. They didn't just watch and listen to Gypsy and Nick's videos and read their messages. They were
She even mentioned me in a live Okay. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yes. She mentioned me one time. She was in a live with Fancy, obviously, and it was during the time of what freaking quirky of what Ivory Rose Goes Wild did and everything. And I was really sad about it because her and I were becoming close, you know. And then I found all that shit out, and I'm not gonna go against my beliefs for anybody. So, well, I mean, for my audience, I will somewhat, but you know what I'm saying. uh but it was just nice that she brought it up to everybody, like, about the whole situation, because she had become pretty friendly with a lot of different people, wasn't just me even. And it was sad that she even did that. It felt like a fabrication, you know? It's like, why? How can you do that? Anyways.
Her family, moving on into their friends. Well, I know Gypsy likes to try to sell everybody the Cinderella story, like, oh, she was locked up in her house, she couldn't have friends, she was secluded. Gypsy and Dee Dee's Facebook doesn't show a woman that was secluded. It shows a woman that was doing public speaking, a woman that stayed the night with friends, very well known by the locals. By her own account, she was a local celebrity. That's why she didn't go to trial. All the evidence to show who Gypsy and Dee Dee really were on their Facebook. We're out and about all the damn time. She was not sitting up in that house, not making friends. But one of the first things she told Nicholas Godejohn when they were on that Christian dating website, first thing she told him was, I'm kind of like a local celebrity around here. And she kind of bragged about her volunteer work in public speaking. The girl was doing public speaking, and then she tells y'all she was secluded, didn't get to do anything. Yeah, okay. She'd have went to trial, all this would have came out. She wouldn't have been able to sell y'all this Cinderella story. Instead, y'all would see her for what the fuck she is. A woman who committed matricide. She's a convicted murderer. Killed her mom so she could go out and do what the hell she wanted. Even in her own documentary, she said she couldn't wait around for her mom to pass naturally. The odd thing to say, but I mean, when you're a fucking sociopath, you don't realize it's weird, but that's just my opinion. All of this is why Gypsy Rose did not go to trial. Like her attorney said, had she went to trial, she would have gotten life. That's not my opinion. That's facts. Her attorney said it. But this is for entertainment purposes only, honey. You know what it is. She did that shit. You want to know why Gypsy Rose didn't go to trial? You want to know why? Because if you go and you start looking at her motion and discovery, which is the list of evidence that the state of Missouri had against her. Thank you for being my mod. Through everything they could with the fine tooth comb. They didn't just
when I get my merch going. Guess what? Because you're my mod and I love you so much, I'm going to send you each one of the pieces of my merch store. One, you have to tell me what size you are, though, so I know. So you're going to get one of everything that I have in my merch store for free because I love you.
Listen to Gypsy and Nick's videos and read their messages.
So then what, one day you just said I can walk?
Well, I knew I could.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard will always be such a funny character to me because why is she still trying to convince the world and can share the same bed? You do not need to try and convince us. We already know it's not true. That bed is tiny. Where is Ken gonna go? Literally. And then,
well, to be fair,
she
Gypsy Rose is tiny.
Vlog the other day, and so she goes to the room and stands on the corner of her bed, just like standing there like a ghost. And she's like, "This is how Ken leaves the bed," and like makes it. It's like, even if you shared a bed, aren't you leaving the bed like that too? Only, but it doesn't matter because they're not sharing the bed. I promise you. Also, I just want to know what's going on above the bed. It looks like a seance or something weird. There's like literal curtains with fake flowers. And then that picture, I don't know what that is. I tried to zoom in, but I can't make out what it is, but it kind of gives creepy vibes. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on this whole bed situation.
Let's see here. This is my friend, the T page with the T. She's awesome. I love her. What?
For anybody that follows me content, because that was mass reported. So if you do follow me over there and you have been commenting, engaging on videos that I've posted in the
Why
past
are you being
month
mass reported?
and wondering where everything went, it's gone.
Is
So
the fucking
I am
bitch?
monetized on the other page over there.
No,
and
you don't have to purchase it. I
and
want
to
to
keep
do
my
it.
account in good standing, I went ahead and just deleted a whole month's worth of content, which if you know me, you know that I have not been working.
Thank you, main chick. I appreciate that you acknowledging my hard work. But honestly, doing content and going live and stuff is so much fun for me. I love it. And I want you to have every piece. I know you want to give me the money because you're awesome. I just love you. But I feel like you guys are doing work in my comment section and stuff, being my moderators, and you deserve to be compensated for it. Because that's, I'm never going to be one of those that doesn't do that. If I have a lot of mods, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm going to try to do something for them. Because they're spending their time with me. It's so very, very, very. But, oh, thank you, honey. I love you too. Oh, that means so much. I'm so grateful for you guys. I really am. But to be mass reported, was she talking about Facebook? Why is Gypsy Rose mass reporting people and thinking that she's actually winning with the copyright claims on YouTube? Girl, you can't copyright fair use. If it's fair use, it's fair use. There's nothing you can do about it, Gypsy. Also, you can't do a copyright claim on a YouTube video that's using a TikTok of yours because it doesn't work like that. That's not how it is. I know because one of the, and I don't know for sure, so don't quote me completely on it. But one of the creators that I watch had a problem with copyrights, and he was saying that if it's TikTok that you're showing, they can't do anything about it. So I'm gonna have to look into that further. And as far as the tea, main chick, I need some tea. I feel like I'm losing my well, I'm losing my I guess like what do I say here? What word am I looking for? Anyway, I'm just saying that like I'm having a hard time lately with my content and trying to make it interesting because I like to do research. I like to talk about only the truth and everything like that. But I'm in a lull right now. I need to go back over the FOIA documents or something. I think something. Thank you. And I'm honored to have you in my chat, and I'm honored to have you as a friend.
And I actually just went back to work like last week, thank God. But TikTok and Facebook definitely has helped me through this. So I appreciate everyone that follows me, engages, anything. I love you guys. Y'all are my friends. A lot of you I talk to on, but I will be posting. I want to make it very clear that I will not stop.
Yes, you're right, main chick. I forgot about that. We do have to do that. We could have like movie night once a week or something like that. Oh my God, it's a good idea. Yes, I forgot. Cool. Well, do let me know what like evenings or afternoons, whatever you want to do. I'm down to do either one, because you said you go to bed kind of early, so maybe an afternoon movie or something, a matinee, if you will. You can tell me what time is good for you, and we can set it up. And yeah, I'm totally down for that. Totally.
Posting about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. So, y'all have a great night. For anybody that follows me over there on the blue page, I had to delete a month's worth of content.
So when the A&E producer finally sent me the whole interrogation video, I sat there the whole time going, come on, Gypsy, when are you going to tell him? Come on, Gypsy, when are you going to say it? When are you going to say it? But my mom abused me. But my mom did this. But my mom did that. But and it never came. The breaking moment for me, first was when she acted like she didn't know that her mom was dead. That was really kind of crazy to me.
Your mom's dead, okay? Now, what I want to ask you is, your mom's passed away, okay? And she's deceased, all right?
But the real break for me in the interrogation video is when Stan Hancock gives her face shift and she immediately turns and she realizes, oh, he just gave me my out. And she just throws Nick so far under the bus.
Sorry.
Yep.
I'd like to from the beginning. I'll tell you that I love him so much. But maybe I don't know. I'm trying to silent ways. He killed my mom. He was supposed to come and visit me. And I thought we were gonna go outside and we're just gonna sit together.
No, this
We're dealing
person
with
is
something
wrong.
I didn't know we were
This
dealing
comment right here. I hate Gypsy, but Fancy is a nut. She loved Gypsy until it didn't go her way. Excuse me. No, she loved Gypsy until she actually read through the medical records and realized that Gypsy was lying. That's when she ended it. So there, bitch. Sorry. Not right now. Damn.
This video is going to be very vague.
Trying to find a Gypsy video.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing today?
We're doing good.
I'm doing good.
How are you?
Work's over, thank goodness. I'm usually not off this early, but today's early day.
Those are good days, right?
Well.
Oh, you're cooking the doggies dinner? Aw.
Let's talk a minute. Since you blocked me.
You're too slow. I can't do it. Here's a little Becca scoops for you.
Right. We've got one more example of, in my humble opinion, lying under oath. Let me get that for you guys.
Human and critter. I know after this live, I'm going to go get
Ruby, Candy.
Oh, no, it's
Kitty,
okay.
Bella.
I like Becca. I just feel like Yes, most definitely, Chick. We're gonna do that on Discord. No, I was just saying after this live, I'm gonna go get something yummy to eat. Thank you so much, Main Chick. I'm so happy. I really am, and I really appreciate you for what you've done. I mean, the fact that people throw something to my Cash App or whatever, and they say that it's like a tip. It's so nice. It's so wonderful to know that the hard work I do put in is appreciated by you guys. Thank you. I know I say all this stuff a lot, but it really does wholeheartedly, like, I don't know. I think of you guys as my friends.